Hangouts and on air live. What's going on? Brian, where'd you go?
I'm still here.
Oh, okay. There you are. All right. All right. Just making sure.
Yeah.
Let's see if the notifications go out. See if we start getting people in here into the chat.
Yep.
And, guys, tweet this out. Let everybody know that we're live. One more viewer. The E.V.P'S, Every Voice Paranormal Stories with Ghost Mafia and Brian's Paranormal.
Oh, yeah. How's it going, everybody? Just waiting for people to come in. Let's get this show rocking and rolling.
Okay, we got 2 viewers now. 2 viewers. It's coming. It's coming. Coming up. 3, 3, 3. Can I get a 4? 4, 4, 4, 4. I need to do the thing. How's that push? Yeah. How's push you do that? 4, 4, 4, 4. Can I get a 4, 4, 4, 4,
4? I don't know how he does it.
6. We got 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6.
Can we get a 7?
Hey, can I get a 10, 10, 10, 10? Give me 10, 10. 9, 9. We got 9. We got 9. Can we get 10?
Let's get a 50 in here. 50 here, 50 there, 50, 50, 50. Come on, 50.
Kel's the family's in the house. What's going on, Kels? Congratulations on your big win the other night.
Yeah, Kels. Congrats, girl.
She's still in shock. She was like, oh, I can't.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Diana G's in the house. Haunted Explorers
nice.
In the house. Welcome back, Haunted Explorers. Good to have you guys here. Ray the Fam, Tara Cope.
How are y'all doing tonight?
Jojo Walker. Lavender Sunday Chat. Dad Perfect 1, 2, 3. Long time no see, brother. What's going on?
How's it going, Dad Perfect?
Swan's in the house. Donna Remke.
How's it going?
Chris the Fam. Hello, Ghost Mafia.
Chris the Fam. What is up?
So, guys, we got 17 in here now. Jenny just came in. Egyptian Gamer Geeks in here. I was going to have my mother on the show tonight. I called her this afternoon to see if she'd be willing to come on the show, and it seems that her health has taken a turn for the worse, and she's kind of in a bad way right now, and she probably won't be coming on the show at all. So prayers goes out to my mom, and like that. And but with that being said, we do have some invites out to a few channels that to come up on and share their stories with us. And of course, you know, we usually bring somebody up out of the chat or whatnot, so we can do that as well.
Yep. If anybody has any stories to share or anything like that, you can come up on the panel and share them with us.
Theme for tonight is paranormal stories gone wrong.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. The topic for this evening is paranormal stories gone wrong. And I can't really say that I have any paranormal stories that ever happened with me that went wrong. You know, maybe I was raiding somebody's fridge, turned out to be a wrong fridge, and I got caught. But other than that, I can
yeah.
But I mean, I know there's people out there that have stories where they was on explorers and they got caught someplace that they shouldn't have been, or maybe they caught somebody else someplace that they shouldn't have been doing something that they weren't supposed to be doing, or something along those lines, But you guys have a short story to share, just let us know in the chat and we can bring you up.
Mm-hmm.
Warsaw Patriots in here. Danny G. 22 people watching.
Oh, the cops show up.
Or the cops show up. Yes, yes.
That's what we're talking about.
Yep.
You see, every time I've been exploring in a place and the cops actually show up, they just come over, they check your ID, and then they'll start getting, like, literally, we was talking to the cops the one night, and they was telling us places to go. He's like, have you checked out this place? Have you checked out this place? I was like, no, but I'm going to check that out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then we got the cops' permission to be in that area. So we went out there right then and there. And if anybody would have called the cops on us, we'd been good to know, you know. Stacy Morgan's in there. Hello to all the beautiful people. Ghost Mafia, sorry to hear about your mom. Prayers.
Prayers go out to your mom, Ghost.
Warsaw Patriot said, I did have a story, Ghost Mafia.
When you're done. Oh, yeah.
I asked him for his email.
Yep.
Yeah, if you can shoot us your email, Warsaw, we'll bring you up on.
Yep.
Hey, TJ.
What's up, TJ?
TJ Smith. Hey, JoJo.
I'm in my corner. Behaving.
So,
I am Big Pharaoh Teggy. LOL.
Big Pharaoh Peggy.
Egyptian Gamer Geek.
Big Pharaoh.
Oh,
King Tut.
King Tut. Yep.
All my stuff just froze up. I don't know what's going on. Hold on.
Mine did too.
So it wasn't just me. Okay.
Yeah, I'm like frozen on the screen.
I see that. Guys, this has been going on with Google all evening long. Brian, you might have to back out of the call and then come back in.
No. On the call, he's fine. It's the video itself.
No, I'm not.
Like on the live.
Oh, yeah, I'm fine now.
Now you're good.
Yeah. Just messed up, man. I don't know how that did that, but.
Warsaw, give me your email.
Yep.
And I'll add you.
Go nuts, Warsaw. We'll get you added up. You can come up here.
He says, I do have a supernatural story. And then he goes on to say, growing up, I didn't really believe in God fully. I had bad dreams. One of them I had 3 times in my life. The dream is when I'm on top of a skyscraper. And when I'm on the top of the building and I fall, I actually feel like I'm literally falling. And when I hit the ground in the dream, I woke up and I was covered in sweat.
Dude, sorry.
Wow.
Jump in. Okay, so I've had that. I have that all the time. It's actually, I looked into it, okay? It's actually not a paranormal experience. What it is your body transitioning from one state of sleep to the next.
Yep.
That's exactly what it is. Your body's trying to transition, but if you've had like a really stressful day or you have a lot on your mind, when you transition, it's not a smooth transition, and that's why you often get a dream of falling or like flying, like you jump off something and it feels like you're flying or something. Then all of a sudden your body feels like it's dropping.
Yep.
It's actually a transition.
He said the dream scared the shit out of me 3 times when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Danny G says, I donated to your PayPal, Ghost Mafia. Oh, thank you, Danny G.
Aw, Danny G, that's really nice of you.
You guys, and you know, I never ask for donations, but I do accept them because it keeps things rolling. You know, keeps things going along, keeps things up to par. And you know, one of these days, I'm going to get a little bit better internet. I'm going to upgrade to the satellite internet stuff. We're going to make things better because this internet situation we got out here in the country, it just doesn't cut it sometimes.
They charge a lot for that satellite internet out there.
I mean, the actual payment for the satellite internet isn't too bad, but it's the $500 worth of equipment that you have to get it going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And of course, you know, they break that down into the bill too. And no, you got to pay that up front. Yeah. Well, there you go.
That's insane.
So you got to pay like $1,000 up front.
No, you got to pay $500 plus your first bill.
That's insane.
Wow. That's insane. That's like
it is a little crazy, and you know that's the price I pay for being out here in the country.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can go out in the backyard and shoot my 44 Magnum into the hillside at 4 o'clock in the morning, and it ain't nobody gonna say it. The cops won't show up. You know, I'm good to go, you know, but you can't do that in town.
No, man.
Like when Brian and I first got together, one of our apartments when we moved back to Cambridge together, was out in the middle of nowhere. Like, I mean, literally middle of nowhere. And it's amazing how different the US stuff is to Canadian, because even though we have to have a different kind of internet, so kind of the same as what you're going through, they don't charge you that $500. They charge you, I think it's your first 2 bills and then $100 on top of it.
Yeah.
As a deposit. And then if you don't give back the equipment, then they charge you at the end of your term. Hello to everyone saying hello to me.
Looking.
Yeah.
On a call when I woke up this morning and found my phone in the trash can. What? Wait.
What?
Okay, you do that. I'm going for a smoke.
I was looking at TJ Smith said, Tara, yes, I was still on the call when I woke up this morning and found my phone in the trash can. I'm not sure about that one. But man, TJ, you must have been exhausted and your body needed to rest.
Probably.
I took my medication for nighttime and has sleeping pills in it. Sometimes they don't work.
Yeah.
Benny Locust is robbery. I agree. It is robbery, but I mean, Comcast literally stops 500 feet from our house, so we can't even get Comcast here. It's either satellite or it is rinky-dink backwoods Bel Air cable company. You know, it's crazy. Kelly dumps a ton of on Ghost Mafia Ghost and runs away.
Oh yeah.
Glad to hear you're home. And if you want to come up on panel, you got to invite anytime you want it. You just shout at me and let me know, and I'll bring you up on panel.
Oh yeah.
Because I know she's got stories. She got all kinds of stories.
Oh yeah. She's got a lot of them.
Man Fam is in the house.
What's up, James? Warsaw, Sherry V, Tara Cope. How is everybody?
Myself and Brian both have merch. Check out both our merches. And I do need to get into the merch store, guys.
Kelly Skaggs has a lot of stories. Yeah. Irish whiskey.
What up, Irish?
I had the same issue in Virginia with our internet. Okay.
I live on a farm, and it all depends on how many trees and between you and the internet tower. Yeah, that's true.
DJ Smith, HSFL Ghost Panel. I was on his last night.
Yeah. Eagle Eye the Fam, how's it going? That's one we should get up here too, is Eagle Eye. She has a lot of stories, I guarantee.
I think I think it's if it's the same person I'm thinking of, I usually like catch her early in the mornings.
Yeah. She does like early morning.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. That's what. Well, I know that she like there was like Eagle Eye the Fam and then Eagle Eye like Paranormal, and there was some changes there, and I don't recognize her little eagle thing anymore. It's different, so I wasn't sure if that was the same one I was thinking of or not.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen her go live in the mornings in a while, so I wasn't sure. Sherry V, hi Irish whiskey.
Thanks, Danny G, for the tweet. I might do that too.
I tweeted it out already.
Yes, but my connection is Arrow, and so I can't do live streams. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Hey, Ghost, gotta go. I'll be back in a bit. I wanted to share my story in the chat. I'll be back in a bit. Okay. All right, Warsaw. Thanks for coming, and we'll see you here in a little bit. 29 people watching. Tweet the stream out, guys. Angela Vinoy in the house. What's going on?
What's up, Angela?
I haven't seen Angela in the house in a long time. Hillbilly Pyro, what's up?
Hillbilly Pyro's cool.
Okay, so Brian,
what's up?
Have you ever been out on a ghost hunt and been someplace where you weren't supposed to be and was really afraid of getting caught?
Not yet, but it would have been close if we would have went to that abandoned place here. That's all like fenced in and all that stuff. That would have creeped me out. Like I would have been scared to get caught in there. Historic building, nighttime, flashlights, cops going by. That'd have been a scary moment.
Okay, so maybe it wasn't paranormal. Have you ever been someplace where you wasn't supposed to be and been caught? Like, okay, let's see. Happened to me. Girlfriend in the car. We pull over someplace alongside a road in the middle of nowhere, and next thing you know, there's literally a cop knocking on your window with a flashlight in there, and you're going, "Oh, hi, officer." You know, that's never happened to you. Never happened to you.
Not yet.
I have.
There you go. There you go.
What was it? I just got like the worst look ever. Thanks a lot, Ghost.
What's up, Ray the fam? No. Yeah, I do have stories. It is all about my house. I just uploaded a video yesterday, E.V.P'S. Cool, Eagle Eye.
I have a story. So when I was younger, we used to hang out there was these abandoned schoolhouses. There was 3 of them, okay? And it was literally on the cop shop property. I know it's stupid, okay? But it wasn't cop involvement. It was not cop involvement. But we never got caught. That's the thing. My story was, though, okay, so these schoolhouses were burnt down with children inside of them. Okay, one of the kids was an arsonist, and she lit the school on fire, all 3 of them, because it was all girl schools. Anyways, we were in there. We were stupid kids drinking underage. We decided to mock spirits, okay? And no word of a lie, there was a big black shadow that chased us down the one hallway, and I actually went through the 2nd floor. So we were on the 2nd floor, and when I ran, I hit like a board that was like all mangled from the fire, and I went through it, and I actually ended up in the basement.
Creepy.
Yeah.
Hey, Red Kryptonite. Pretty creepy.
And the crowds fall silent.
You fall through a story, pretty much.
I went from the 2nd floor into the basement. So there was the 2nd floor, the main floor, and then the basement.
See, that only happened to me once, and I was in the middle of a fire scene. And I clumbed back out of that basement real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you're talking a fully involved structure fire.
Yeah, this wasn't engulfed. This was already put out years prior. They just never took down the buildings. There was one time in one of the other buildings that my friends and I were sitting there. We were, again, stupid kids. We were playing Ouija boards and that. And my one friend literally looked up at us. And she's like the calmest person you would ever meet. She looked up at us and grabbed a piece of the glass that was sitting on the ground and started like slicing open her arm out of the middle of nowhere. And she was like, she wasn't feeling it. Like at all. She was not feeling it. She was just staring at us with a straight face, just slicing up her arm. And we're like trying to get her to stop and freaking out. And she just looked at us. And the next thing we know, she like passed out. We got her to come to. It took us about 10 minutes to get her to come around. And when she woke up, she had no idea what had happened.
Wow.
I went to sleep on someone's panel. That's what we was talking about. Me and Tara. Nice. Oh my God, that would scare the crap out of me, Angela said.
Yeah, when you're like 12 years old, 13 years old, and that shit happens, you really don't know how to react.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. I can remember going into houses like, come down to West Virginia. My grandparents lived down here, and I'd come down in the summer times and hang out, and there was a lot of abandoned houses around at that time. And, once I actually moved down here, some of the abandoned houses, people bought them and started fixing them up. But before they had bought them, I went into these abandoned houses, and the floors were all bowed down in the middle, sunk in, just all kinds of form of I mean, some of them was using some of these abandoned homes as like chicken coops, like literally. Oh, red kryptonite in the chat with noodle whipping.
With spirits. Nah.
Noodle whipping with spirits. Yeah, not fun.
There are a lot more now, man. Oh yeah. The housing boom and mine closings hit hard here.
Yeah, with the mine closings. I mean, this would have been back in the mid '80s, I guess. That there would have been a lot of like mine closings in that time frame, and a lot of people like moved out of the area and just left the houses behind, and they couldn't sell them. They were out in the middle of no place on dirt roads, and the weeds all grow up around them and stuff like that. And they were nearby my grandparents' place. We'd go down there and we'd walk down the road and we'd find an old abandoned house or an old abandoned like cabin, and we'd go in there and check it out. And we'd find all kinds of stuff that was left behind.
Wow.
The app, the porthole yesterday, and had loads of spirits come through. They said that I was the devil and they love me.
Huh.
Eagle Eye may be the devil.
Yep.
Mama said.
Eagle Eye should come up on the panel and tell some of her stories.
Right?
Yeah,
sure.
like
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, it's okay. I'm sure she's got a couple of paranormal stories gone wrong. I mean, when you actually sit and think about it, how many of them actually go the way you think it's going to go?
Exactly.
Whether it's you get caught somewhere you shouldn't be, or like falling through floorboards, or something happens that you're just not expecting.
This is not paranormal, but this actually did happen. I was up there in Michigan, and Eagle Eye's from Michigan, and I was out at the Ledges in Grand Ledge, just outside of Lansing. It's called Fitzgerald Park, but it's an Indian trail that runs along the Grand River, next to a lot of rock formations and things down there. They call it the Ledges. Well, part of Red Dawn was filmed down in that area, the new Red Dawn movie. Okay, so I met up with Michigander man Rob, and we went down there, and we're filming. We go down there. We're clear down to the trestle. Back in high school, I jumped off this trestle on a dare, and a lot of people had jumped off it and gotten stuck in the muck underneath the water and drowned. And I actually did it and lived, or did I? Ooh. Anyway, we get down there, and it was raining all morning, so it was kind of wet, slippery, uneven ground and everything. And I'm like, Rob, watch your step. And he's like wearing, what was he wearing? Sandals? Yeah, he was wearing sandals that day. I was like, oh, Rob, that was a bad choice. Sandals, man. You're gonna slip and bust your ass, and I'm gonna catch it on camera. And we're filming and everything. We're on our way back, and he's trying to make it back so that he could get back to work because he just came out that morning. And so we couldn't walk the full length of the Ledges, which was like, what, 3.5 miles, something like that. But we got half of them in anyways before we had to turn around and come back. So we're on our way back, and we're trucking back down through there. And sure enough, he slips, falls, and I'm like trying to catch him. I'm grabbing his wrist, and he's rolling, literally like rolling down over the hillside into the river. Like he's like right before he slid into the riverbank, like down. It's steep right there. So he's literally slipped on the trail, come down, and he's rolling down the hillside. Like, did you get that? I said, no, I wasn't filming at the time. He's like, oh, good.
I'd have got it anyway. I'd have been like, oh. Poor Rob.
I know, poor Rob. The craziest part is, okay, so we had met up that morning at a McDonald's restaurant. The McDonald's is like in the parking lot of Myers Thrifty Acres. Okay, they're in Grand Ledge, Michigan. Now, unbeknownst to the two of us, we're sitting there having like coffee. I was having a big old frappuccino thing, whatever it is. And Yeah, her blood sugar had registered at like 500 that morning, and she's having a big old chocolate mocha latte, cappuccino, whatever it is, with whipped cream and chocolate and icing and all the bells and whistles, right? And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I'm gonna confiscate that. Well, after the fact, after we had done the meetup, we'd already come all the way back home and everything. We get a call from Lady Swan's mother, who lives right there in Grand Ledge. And there was a lady who had passed away in her vehicle literally 6 weeks earlier, outside the window where we were sitting during that meetup. There was a vehicle with a dead woman in it in the shot. We didn't know it. The time that we were meeting up, that me and Rob were actually sitting at that window having that coffee, she'd only been gone 2 weeks. But she was there. Her vehicle was sitting outside the window where we were sitting.
Wow.
Yeah, you didn't see the vehicle because the sunlight glare from the morning, and it had been raining, and the window was wet, so it made the glare really bad. But her vehicle was literally 50 feet from where we were sitting. This dead woman was literally 50 feet from where we were sitting inside this McDonald's.
Holy crap.
Until after the fact, till we were already home and everything was done, and the video was up, we had no idea. I mean, it's not saying that it's a paranormal story gone wrong, but it's definitely a twist that added to the story that we didn't even know about at the time. It was a little crazy.
That is craziness, man. But I'm sorry, but I had to mute and block myself with the laughter. All I could picture was like Rob going down a hill.
It did happen. It's an absolute true story. He did slip, fall, and start rolling down the hillside into the Grand River.
Yeah.
Drone.
What's up, Drone? Pew, pew, pew.
Jenny and Hillbilly have a couple stories. Did you guys want to invite them up?
Yep, go nuts.
Yeah, go ahead.
You guys are willing to...
Eagle Eye makes McDonald's look good, doesn't it? Well, it was actually in the Myers parking lot. It wasn't in the McDonald's parking lot. But literally the vehicle... Oh, yeah, if you're talking about the frappe, Lady Swan says it was great. But
yeah,
the vehicle was in the was Myers Thrifty Acres parking lot, which was just 50 feet from the door,
Yeah. What's up, Wagner?
Bro.
Wagner, C, what up?
And Christy C.
A couple of months ago, my uncle died. I went to my aunt's house. She lives 5 minutes away, and I swear I saw a figure of my uncle where he used to sit. Nice. Time I have seen in the past. I was deer hunting a few years back, rifle season, and I'm leaving the woods at dusk. There stands a guy wearing a deer skin with a skull over his head. Oh, wow.
Wow, man.
I'd love to hear that one. Hillbilly Pyro, if you want to drop your email, we'll bring you up on the panel. You could tell it.
Oh, yeah.
You can do it from your phone.
Yeah, Hillbilly Pyro, you could do it from your phone. We'll just do you a Hangouts call.
I'm not set up to go live right now. I got a mic and cam in today, though. Cool.
Nice, man. Cool. Nice. Later, Dory. Thanks for the pop-in, man, and we'll see you again. One of these nights, I'll tell you the curse of the bear walk. Oh, drone worship. I've heard of that.
The curse of the bear walk?
Yep.
See, I figured Drone would come up and tell us the story of the Jabberwocky or something, like.
Yeah.
Hold on one second.
Yeah, like I could only imagine that. Goes tell Lady hi for me, and I've missed her so much. I'm sure he will, Angela Vinoy.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. I am back.
Ghost Mafia merch. Hell yeah.
Yes,
He's got his merch.
Yes. And there's a new one. Yeah, there's a new one. If you go to the Ghost Mafia merch, you see the first one I ever did. But scroll down to the bottom of the page. There's some cool shirts down there.
Bring me my Jabberwocky. Strange things have happened with me from childhood. Hillbilly Pyro.
Well, elaborate.
Well, elaborate, Drone.
No, not drone.
Oh, yeah, Hillbilly Pyro. Elaborate that for us, man.
I need
I hear.
something.
Yeah.
Bring me the Jabberwocky.
Jabberwocky.
Jones on it. He knew what I was talking about.
Oh, yeah, Drone's awesome.
Alice in Wonderland.
Yes.
Wonder Pup Adventures. Hello. He's awesome.
Keep in mind, guys, that even though we've offered to like Eagle Eye and Hillbilly and that, if you guys have a story, you guys can come up.
Or if you don't feel comfortable with putting your picture up there or being live on video feed, you can leave your camera off and still talk through your microphone. It'll just leave your icon up.
Yeah. If anybody's scared to be seen, just turn off the video, leave the mic on, you'll be fine. We were all at that point. We were all nervous to get on here. Now look at us, man.
Yes,
we can't stop letting you see us. Okay, I'll join. Send me the chat. Drone says.
You're in the chat.
We're getting her, Drone. I know, I think Drone used to do paranormal stuff.
No, he is paranormal.
Yeah. I know you get a lot of uncut things when you're flying drones.
No, look, we are talking about drone worship here. Daniel himself, you know, he's going to be, if he was doing paranormal, he would be like, that's no orb, it's a space station, you know.
Yeah. full on drone. Oh.
All right, I sent you a link to your Facebook, Drone.
Shit. It's like you can only picture it too.
These are not the spirits you seek.
You fire fireworks off on your drone, Hillbilly Pyro?
Hey, Wonder Pup.
Soldier Poet, how's it going?
Hey, Brian. Welcome to the channel, Soldier.
I just, between the Rob thing now and the drone thing, it's like, I'm just picturing them both doing weird things, and it's like, what?
And look, Michigander Man is getting a lot of shout outs for me tonight for some reason. I don't know if he's just out of my mind or he's been talking about me or something, but you realize that Michigan yesterday just passed recreational marijuana.
Yeah.
Does that mean like Rob is going to be sitting in his car packing double lunches like, it's okay. It's still you know? Like, curious. I can't wait till he comes. I'm be like, you're going to double up on your lunches now, aren't you?
Yeah. I know I would. If I still smoked it, hell yeah. I used to take cigarette packs and just fill them with joints.
I've never been that bad, but damn, you know. I think I mean,
natural ice.
Michigan was the first state in the Midwest to legalize recreational use. Joan says, so whatever that was you sent me, Jojo, that didn't work.
Listen here, Drone.
Look at there, natural ice is in the house. He says he's about to raid my fridge.
Oh, yeah.
Those leftovers that's in there have been in there for a month.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Hillbilly Pyro. Put his email in too. Welcome back, Eagle Eye.
Oh, okay.
Hang on.
We got Michigan in here.
Who it? What?
I seen Yay, Michigan.
Oh, it's because
Cherry V. Yeah.
Cherry V's in Michigan. Michigander Man's in Michigan. Eagle Eye Fam is in Michigan. I'm from Michigan. Lady Swan's from Michigan. We're both from like a little town just outside of Lansing there called Grand Ledge. Yep.
We're from the other side of the water.
Yeah, you're right there on the Grand River too, ain't you?
Yep. Actually, the Grand River runs right through our town.
There you go.
No problem, and thank you, Dia Fidelia's in Vegas.
Hey, Lou.
Daffodil.
Sup, Lou?
Drone without the work. I'm gonna try. Let me try something. Let me try something.
I don't smoke, but wish they pass it in Ohio. I have some people who have bipolar, and when they smoke, it helps with the moods. Yeah, it does. Hunter.
Firefox. I don't know what that means.
How's it going, Hunter?
That is Junior Mafia.
Yep.
That is Junior Mafia.
That's your son, Hunter.
Yep, that's my stepson.
Yeah, I got him. Beautiful Becky. How's it going, darling? Great to see you.
29 people watching. Guys, tweet this out, share it out. We will get some stories up here on the panel here in a few. We're working on getting Hillbilly Hydro up here, or Hillbilly Pyro and Drone Worship right now. Lou Rock is in the house, by the way. I know he's probably got some stories of, ghost hunting gone wrong.
Oh, yeah, probably a bunch of them.
I'm sure he's.
I already sent one to Lou.
Oh, yeah, I guarantee.
Yeah, Lou's pretty much got a standing invitation. Anytime he wants to come up, all he's got to do is just like say, hey,
Yep. Even on my panel. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I just
Anywhere.
Just let Lou take over. That's just what I do.
Let Lou take over. Give me a sec. ID there. All right, Lou.
You did send it to his Facebook Messenger, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, Lou is awesome, man. Like, I used to watch Lou a long time ago. Like, he was doing videos with James the Fam and Omar, and I used to watch him a long while ago. Even before I started. When Paranormal was religious.
I can still remember how Lou Rock made those spirits cry.
Right. Yeah. How's it going, Drone?
Drone Worship in house. Welcome.
Let me turn this off for now. Otherwise, I'm just going to use a bunch of data for no reason. Hey, guys.
Hey, Bruiser.
Okay, so Drone, I have a project for you. I know that you're full on into making the smallest flying DeLorean.
DeLorean, yeah.
Okay, but I have a new one for you.
Okay.
I need a drone that can run instead of a camera. It would be using a Kinect device from a PlayStation or from a Xbox and do the digital mapping for ghost hunting.
Hell yeah. Could you create something like that, Drone?
Something like that over a cemetery at night and pick up the stick figures standing next to their tombstones. How cool would that be?
Awesome.
Okay. You're going to have to explain this a little closer.
Hey, Bruiser.
Let me explain it a little closer. Okay. This is a Kinect or an Xbox.
Sure.
What it does, it digitally maps your body and transmit your movement into, the controls for the video game. Okay.
Sure, I understand that. Okay.
What people have been doing is hacking these, hooking them up to laptops, and they'll use the digital mapping software that which you can find online.
Yep.
And it will actually like see ghosts. It'll put a stick figure where a ghost would be. It actually picks up that algorithm, so to speak.
So let me ask you a question. How does it record?
How does it record?
Sure.
I don't know that it does record. You'd have to have a secondary recording device for that.
Well, no. Where I'm going with this is how is it going to transmit if it's on a drone that's 400 feet in the air?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
You're the drone expert. You know, I mean, if we can connect that with we hack a GoPro with the Wi-Fi, and integrate the Kinect as the camera source.
Yep.
Then we'd have it.
Damn right. That'd be awesome, though.
Wouldn't it be easier just to figure out how a FLIR camera works and just see if you can radically adjust the FLIR camera settings for stick figure?
Yeah, that'd be an idea.
Sounds like you're making more work for yourself here with the Kinect. They've already got like FLIR camera setups that are crazy.
Yeah, I know they have the FLIR cameras. I mean, I could get a FLIR camera attachment for my iPhone, so
sure.
I'll be back.
That would be simple.
I got to get my other phone. This one died.
You want to complicate it? Oh, what am I doing? I'm leaving with the key and stuff. I can't do that.
Hey, y'all, stop. Hi, you all who put my thumbs up. Teddy 808. Eagle Eye.
Because I guess
cool.
I guess Ghost. I got to figure out how you would do that without having it connected to a PlayStation or an Xbox, and however your fashion you're stating that is. Because obviously there's got to be some kind of program operating it, and honestly, you can't carry an Xbox on a drone.
Right.
Too heavy.
If you could integrate the Raspberry Pi, you know what I'm talking about.
Sure.
Okay, if you could put the program on a Raspberry Pi, and then use the innards of the Kinect, at least the camera portion of it, and put that in some project box with a Wi-Fi attachment where you can send the video feed back to a phone or recording device. And then you would have to have a drone strong enough to carry that project. It could be done.
Oh, okay. I mean, you could technically just run everything off the drone's power, especially if you're rocking something like a 14.8 volt battery. But
well, yeah. I mean,
your flight time is going to be severely diminished to probably approximately 10 minutes carrying a load of that capacity.
I mean, if you're flying it over a cemetery or something like that, you probably ain't going to be flying for more than 10 minutes anyways. But
truth. These are all good things to think about. I should have to introduce this idea to the group and call it the Drone Finder 10,000.
The Ghost
Finder 10,000.
Yeah, Ghost Drone 10,000. There you go.
Yeah. And then sell that idea and be like, I stole it from Ghost.
Back.
I will look into your project and see what it consists of and see if it's even possible to DVR the footage. You may not be able to physically see the ghost coming back to a screen of any kind, but you might be able to DVR the recording of what it sees while flying over.
That could be interesting too.
Boy to dad. Brian will be right back. He's having some twatical difficulties.
I love twaticles.
Oh dear. Teddy 808 says first time here and it is interesting. Yeah, we're being hypothetical this evening, but anyway. So the topic drone is like, have you ever been like ghost hunting or someplace that you wasn't supposed to be and got caught basically? Where things didn't go as planned.
Have I? Is that what you said?
Okay.
Did you say have I?
Do I know?
Yes,
have you.
Oh. Well, we've done some really stupid stuff with drones. to the point where we would like sneak off onto properties that are extremely dark in the middle of the night. And like we wanted to go to this abandoned, I don't know if it was some kind of coal mine up in upper portion of Florida, where it was out in the middle of boonies nowhere, man. Like 25 miles off into the woods where bears and all that fun jazz. We were going to do that. And then I pussied out like a big pussy and decided that my flashlight's not strong enough to illuminate anything worth my life. So I stayed in the car, and then we decided not to do it. So, because it's really dark and flashlight batteries die. And I didn't want to die, so I didn't go.
They have some very strong drones that can carry heavy equipment. Natural Ice says.
Yeah, no, man, I'm well aware, bro. We're talking about average drones that people can actually afford, not $50,000, $70,000, $100,000 drones that government builds, special entities. I'm
like
your
that
average.
Like
I'm
that
your
one
average.
they have for firefighting that spits out like flames. It's got like
Yeah.
a flamethrower on it for setting counter blazes.
Yeah, that's way out of my league, man. Casey Neistat had one. Casey Neistat had one built to carry him while snowboarding over the top of houses and trees and stuff. That was pretty gangster. But that build was like $150,000 to build that drone capable of lifting him up. You know.
Keep growing your channel, drone. One of these days, you'll make enough money at YouTube where you can afford to do something like that.
I can't wait, bro. The day I can do that, I won't want to. I'll be like, I want a GTR. I don't want to. I want to save my money because I know how hard this money is to come by.
Look, let me re-inspire you, drone. Picture this. 10 years down the line, you have over 1 million subscribers to your channel. You're raking in the cash, okay? You're raking in the cash. YouTube is like, yeah, drone is the best. You've got money coming out the wazoo.
Right.
You buy a DeLorean.
Boom.
And you put the hover mode on it.
Bro, and I totally send that shit back to the future.
Where you could actually get in it and drive it and hover that bitch around.
Hell yeah. Weight reduction out the wazoo. Damn Skippy.
There you go. You are re-inspired. You are gung-ho. You're going to do it, man.
Bro, if I had that kind of cash, I would totally, like, I'm half tempted to build a balsa wood one right now and put like stainless steel on it and just put motors on it and see if it flies.
Oh yeah.
No matter how much those drones can carry, they still wouldn't be able to carry my big ass.
I'm pretty fat too, man. I'm 350 pounds.
Oh fuck! I'm only 10 pounds less than you.
Hey, John, can you give me a ride in your speedboat?
I only weigh 50 pounds less than the average jet ski. What?
I want to go for a ride in your remote control speedboat.
Dude, I you know what? I tell everybody this. I do. I ride in it all the time. And I know that sounds weird, but once you strap an FPV camera to it and you slide goggles over your face, you're riding in it, bro.
Oh, yeah.
We are, man.
This is why I couldn't have pets like hamsters. Now, Ham Solo, don't tell me you never tried this. You ain't never put him in like the remote control Jeep and drove him around your living room. Tell me you haven't.
I want to, but the girlfriend is having a cow every time I try to put him in the back of an RC car. I thought about building him like a hot balloon, like a hot air balloon basket for the bottom of my drone, and just taking him on a ride. But then I was like, oh man, I can just think of all the animal cruelty people. They're gonna be like, he doesn't enjoy it, even though he's got a big ass grin on his face, and he's like, yeah. They're gonna be like, he's not excited. That's fear coming out of him right now. That's total fear. Like I think I have the most ballsy OG gangster guinea pig ever. Yeah, I am fairly certain he is a straight up OG, which is why I named him Ham Solo. Okay, he is a true guinea pig lady getter. He does not play.
We do have Hillbilly Pyro has made it onto the panel. Hillbilly, I know you got some stories for us, man. Share.
How's it going?
Hello, Billy of Hill. How are you?
You might be having some difficulties with the microphone or something right now.
Technical difficulties.
Difficulties, yeah.
Difficulties.
Are you there, Hillbilly?
Roger that. Coming in for a landing. Please wait.
Eh.
Yeah, I think he's having some problems with his mic.
Go Trinity Mark and Whitney boarding now. I guess he's getting on a plane.
Yep.
Well, this is a paranormal stream. It could be an astroplane. Ba-doom.
Yeah.
I had to do it. I had to hit the button,
I
Yeah.
have no idea. I have no idea why I started my car and just have been sitting here running it for no reason.
Native Grammy just came in.
Hi, Native Grammy.
So can I say something?
Yes,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Okay. So for all of you that are new to this stream, Thursdays at 9 p.m. is when Ghost and Ryan do this show. Okay. This is not like Ghost's other show that he has on Mondays, which is the support stream, guys. Ghost will even tell you he encourages you guys to get to know each other. Get to know each other, but don't come in demanding people to check your channels out because it will drive them away.
Yep.
Not only that, Uncle DW will come over and beat your fucking ass. Okay.
Yes. That too. Drone's pretty protective of that. He has to have his big shiny toes and he has to have them in order, guys.
Damn.
Yeah. If they're not in order, man, it's a mess for him.
Bro, swole is the goal. Size is the prize. It's gains o'clock. Let's go.
That is
Yeah.
E.V.P'S going on. You guys check out each other's channels, but kind of do it in the background, nonchalantly. On Mondays, we do a support for support stream where we encourage you to put in a brief description of your channel in 200 characters or less to promote people coming to your channel within the chat. It's the only place on YouTube, the only sub for sub stream where the host is going to tell you promote your channel. Guys, check it out on Mondays. Definitely come over there. We do it usually mid-afternoon to evening. There's no actual set time, so watch for it. It's just spring up as a surprise. You know what I mean? But it's done to make your channel grow, make our channels grow, make the community grow all together, and that's why we do it.
And if you want to subscribe to somebody who's not going to subscribe back, subscribe to me because I love all of you.
Hell yeah.
Lou Rock join the panel. Welcome, Lou Rock.
Okay, that was so weird.
Welcome, Lou.
We lost one, gained one, lost one.
I know, right? Hillbilly dropped out. Next thing you know, Lou's face pops up.
Yeah.
That's funny.
How funny is it, bro? Do I amuse you?
Okay, do I have anything working yet that you can hear?
Yes, we can hear you.
You really are a funny guy.
Hey, what's up, man?
Funny like how? Like I'm a clown, I amuse you? What kind of funny we talking about?
You don't remember the end of that where Henry goes, he goes, you really are a funny guy, and then he pulls out the gun?
Yeah, I was trying to do the Joe Pesci, man. Where were you?
Yeah. I was Ray Liotta. I said
There we go. There we go.
I said, you really are a funny guy.
Yeah. Yeah, what? I meant it.
Trust me, I know that. I know that movie. Word for word from the beginning till end.
Guys, I don't mean to break your balls here, but go get your shine boxes, all right? Hillbilly. Winning.
Hey, this is my first time doing this, guys.
Okay.
So I don't mean to step on nobody, but I don't really have the rhythm or anything,
No, you're good. We're just having a good time, joking around a little bit. Yeah, I know you got some stories for us. You were telling us in the chat, man. Let her fly, brother.
I'll let her fly. Believe it, don't believe it. It's up to you. But everything I say is 100% true.
Let her rip, tater chip.
Telling you about earlier when I was in the woods deer hunting, and I run across that guy. I was leaving out the woods about dusk. Shorewood Forest up in northern West Virginia, towards Spruce Knob, right?
I know where that is. Been
Yeah,
there, man.
Yep.
Go up there. Used to go up to Shavers Knob or Shavers Mountain and go bear hunting myself.
I didn't know the area. This is my first time ever there. But as I was leaving out, I looked over and there was a guy standing in the mist that was coming up. I mean, no shit, mist and everything. And he was wearing deer skin with the skull, just like a Native American, but he was a white guy. and he had a 50 caliber black powder rifle. All the trimmings, like 18th century kind of dude. I nodded at him, he nodded at me, and then I started thinking, this guy's insane getting up here in rifle season wearing a deer skin. He's going to die, And I looked back to say something, and it was gone.
Sherwood
All
Forest.
That quick.
And here's what I got to say to that, Hillbilly. Now, my uncle, when he goes out deer hunting like that, he does the French and Indian War reenactments, and he dresses up in period clothing like that. You may have literally ran across my uncle while deer hunting.
He'd have
Yeah.
That's honest not truth right there.
Now, are you ready for the truth behind that?
Yeah,
All right. Are you in front of a computer, guy who just told the story?
I am.
Guy who just told the story. I like that one.
All right, you ready, man? Look up the Jimmer Megamony from Menominee.
Now
Yeah,
spell
like
that.
From the Menominee. But
Oh yeah, okay.
No, I'm being serious. Look up the guy. His name is the Jimmer Megamony from Menominee.
Can you spell that?
Okay, Jimmer. Gimmer. Jimmer Megamony from Menominee. Just say it to your phone. Just Google it through. But Jimmer Megamony from Menominee.
Yes, because so many people have time to practice that, right?
It's a real thing.
It is a real thing. It is. You'll see. I'm telling you, man.
That's the other guy telling another story's website.
Hey Siri, tell me about the Jimmer. How'd that go again?
The Jimmer Megamony from Menominee.
Okay.
AKA drones freaking other website.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Siri ain't no help.
No.
All right. So just
I'll look it up when I go in.
Type it in Google. Just start typing the Jimmer Megamony, and you'll see. I promise you, man. You'll be like, "Wow, he wasn't lying. Grown's the coolest dude ever." And I'll be like, "See, I told you."
The Jimmer. Okay, I've got my research department over here on the right. She's typing it into Google as we speak. Let's see what she comes up with.
That should be like
Ladies
some
and
guy in a thong.
Okay, give me your description of this individual one more time, sir.
18th century, buckskin, had the skull up over his head of the deer, complete with the antlers in the middle of rifle season, so you'd have to be freaking insane. Had period correct weaponry, everything like that. Turned around, he was gone. He couldn't have walked away from me. He couldn't have been hiding. He just disappeared, gone. I mean, I was on the side of a mountain, and I could see for 300 yards in the direction out there.
The Megamony from Mahawk.
He smiled at me, nodded. I smiled at him, nodded, and we never spoke a word. That was it.
Really?
Colonel Creativity is in the house. She said,
And how much acid did you take before this hunting trip?
I've never took a drug in my life, man.
All right.
No, I'm telling you, for real though. I know people that go out, they will dress in period clothing and go out hunting. My uncle, honest God, he actually does this. He will go out with a flintlock rifle during deer season, dress in all buckskin, period clothing. He will go out and he does this. He goes to the rendezvous, he goes to the shoots, all that stuff. It's actually a thing. I mean, you've heard of these people LARPing and things like that. Well, he does the Civil War reenactments. He does the French and Indian War reenactments.
Oh, yeah. I go to the Morning Star powwow and stuff. I know all about, that kind of thing.
You know what's crazy is you guys are talking about the French Revolutionary War, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, today I was in a cemetery where Captain William Day is buried, and he was like some big war hero from the French Revolution.
Was that the French First War?
I believe so. 1800s or 1700s or whatever.
Yeah.
1814, we took a little trip down with Colonel Jackson down the mighty Mississippi. Yeah.
It was about the War of 1812.
Okay, anybody come up with Jimmer yet? Anybody got a picture of the
Hold
Jimmer?
on. Tell him to spell it again.
Spell it again.
Jimmer, just Google that shit. Jimmer Montgomery from Menominee.
You guys never heard of Captain Day?
Yep.
Yeah. That's the dude, and he's buried right here in Springfield. It's pretty cool.
Wow.
No, but that's not my first experience with that kind of thing. I've had incidents like that since I was a little kid.
Yeah.
Well, I think one of the strangest, when I was 11 years old, we would go, and there was an old coal facility that closed down near our house. And it just left all the coal, so we would go fill the truck full of coal, and bring it out, and, free coal. They're never coming back for it.
Mm-hmm.
But, truck broke down. Well, we got a flat tire, actually. And right beside us was a wall, like an old rock wall made into the hillside. Been there for, I don't know, over 100 years or more. Easy. And I couldn't see over top of it, because I'm only 11 years old. I pulled myself up, and I want to see what's on the other side of this hill. And when I look, it's like the backside of looking at a cityscape, where you see the fire escape, cobblestone streets, and everything like that, with no people or anything, but everything had a strange shade of gold to it, right? I couldn't hold myself up on this bank anymore, so I let myself down. When I got my strength back, I pulled myself up to look, and there wasn't anything there but a hillside full of trees. Now that was weird.
That is a little strange.
It was like another time period in another place. It was like you were glimpsing something from afar. You weren't actually there, but you were getting a look at it. That's what it felt like to me. I don't know if that's more paranormal or multidimensional, but it fits somewhere in there.
And you know what? I've run into those places. Like I would be down the lower part of West Virginia, ginseng. I'd go down there ginseng hunt, and you get back in some of them hollers and stuff like that, and it's just like somebody turned back time. It literally is.
I come into a place on a mountaintop one time, buddy, where everything on that mountaintop is black and dead. No light anywhere for about a quarter mile. No explanation for that. I'd like to know what was up with that. But it looked like scorched earth.
Yeah, I've come into places where there must have been an abandoned coal mine shaft done around there someplace, because there was literally equipment and things like that. Just like Model A pickup trucks with the cranks hanging out of the front of them that are just rusting away.
And I can take you to places like that now. The same probably set there that you saw as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is
After
freaking
the whole thing was a child, man. And if I hadn't been athletic, I would have never made it out of there. Cause I spent all day inside of an old tank. And yeah.
I think I may have found something on it.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
She'll probably share. Yeah, she's going to share it, I think.
Looks like a Daniel Boone kind of guy.
The
Who are you
Jimmer
talking about?
Montgomery from
Mr.
Menominee.
I'll show you. I'll share it. Hang on.
Blackbeard.
This guy, William Day, was a badass. He was a ship captain who went up against 5 ships, with one ship, and took them out. He took out the 5 ships, and he was
That's
from.
the Jimmer.
No. I'm talking about William Day. This guy, I went to his grave today.
Yeah, no, I was talking about the picture she's sharing with everybody.
Oh, I'm missing it. Where is it?
Is that what you're talking about,
The
Hillbilly?
Jimmer Montgomery from Menominee.
Wasn't he on TV?
A lot like it, yeah, but in my memory the beard was still black, but that's how it was. Exactly.
He's been cited everywhere, man. He's always dressed differently, but he's known by one name, the Jimmer Montgomery from Menominee.
But
There's a big legend. There's a legend behind him. He was a drinker.
Oh, that's cool.
What's he supposed to mean? What is his symbol? Most of them come about when something bad's going to happen, or something of that nature, like a omen of sorts.
Well, he's for hunting, people that are hunting. I'm not quite sure the whole story behind him, but he was based off a movie that came out in 2001, and this is where I found out about the Jimmer. was a movie called Escanaba in the Moonlight with Jeff Daniels, and they portrayed the Jimmer Megomini in the movie. But apparently he's a legend. He's a little drinking legend outside of Canada, but he's spotted all over the world. And people say whenever they see him, he's always dressed differently, but looks the same.
That's
Yeah.
much as a child that
He
I
shows
got to where I
himself to
could
hunters.
sound only. I didn't even have to aim the gun. I could just close my eyes and point towards the sound in the tree and drop it every time, just about. That's just how used I got to it. So he might have come to see me because I'm just that damn good. Yeah, I'm full of shit too, but you know. But that does look exactly like the outfit, man. That's a trip.
Yeah.
What about demons and such? You guys believe in that stuff?
I do.
Yep.
I
All right,
do.
I got a story for that if you guys want to hear it.
Go
I've
ahead.
been possessed by one.
It's about a demon and a bingo game. You want to hear it?
Want to hear it? Here it go.
All right, this chick I was talking to, man, she liked to play bingo, so I'd go play bingo, right? I'd never done this, right? I go into this firehouse, and they've got tip wheels, they've got scratchers, they've got illegal gambling out the yang, man. It's not just bingo, right? So I get this overwhelming feeling of greed. Just like you can feel the weight of the greed, you know, all this gambling, all these people spending all this money hoping to win, right? So I just got this feeling, you know, when somebody's staring at you, like they're plotting on you, right? I locked in eyes across the room, and he locked eyes with me, and he smiled, and he tipped his hat, man, on the top of his head. He had two places like a button buck would, right before it breaks through the skin. But this was in the early 90s and stuff, before people done implants and shit like that. That wasn't the weird part about the dude. I felt him way before I saw him. And I was like, oh, it's time to go. So that was weird. There was probably 600 people in there, man, and the feeling just locked me right into that dude. Now that was weird.
Alrighty, Ghosty, I gotta roll, buddy. I'll catch you guys on a flip.
Hi, drone.
All right, brother.
To the real.
All right. Talk about that ghost setup. You know Lou Rock's gonna want one.
I have to ask, Lou, you've done a lot of investigations, okay?
Yep.
Is there any that you've had, like, that's gone wrong, where stuff, like, obviously when all of us go out and we do investigations like this, we have a set plan, right?
Yep.
And we expect it to go a certain way. Has anything not gone your way or, like, gone completely wrong? Whether it's
Plenty of times. I mean, the camera shut down when the cool shit happens, and fucking I've had bad luck with, like, a lot of stuff. Yeah, I've had a lot of stuff go wrong, completely wrong.
Do you not know who you're talking to, JoJo? This is Lou Rock.
Yeah.
I mean,
no,
man who spent like a month in what was the name of that city in Virginia? Like,
Yeah.
hold on though. I know who I'm talking to, but I was hoping he'd elaborate.
he has got the curse.
Um,
He has got the curse of bad shit going wrong on him.
And you know what that came from, dude? I go into that Greenback Castle, that place, every room we would leave, and it's even in the video. You can see us walk out of the building and shit is flying everywhere. You're hearing boom, bang, doom, doom. You don't know if it's rocks. You don't know what it is. That was actually, I would say, the first time that I seen something that crazy where shit is just flying. And it was me, John, Tim, Patty, and Stacy. And that place was nuts. And the thing is there's a story about this college, and these college kids went there to debunk the place, and they went there, and by the end of the night they're writing a paper on how the place gotta be haunted. Now, I've been skeptical of a lot of places. Really, this place looked like a really eccentric man just kind of, you know, went a little kooky. I'm telling you, if you go there, you will see something, you will hear something, something will happen because it was happening. It was going crazy. Things were flying like every 2 seconds, something would just fly. Boom, ching, doom, boom.
Where was this at, man?
Greenback Castle, Tennessee.
Oh, I'm not too far from there. Might check that out.
Check that out, dude. Go there at nighttime. They say that
hear me yet.
They say that nobody's ever made it completely through the night. I don't know how true that is, but the guy's got garlic hanging up and shit in these different rooms, and he's got all these protections, all these crosses, all these different things. And in his own words, he says that there's nothing evil there. Well, just walking through there and seeing the garlic hanging and the crosses, and I'm like, what is this guy protecting against? And thing is, after I did that video there, I had nothing but bad luck from that point on. Bad luck. Car broke down. Not only did the car break down, it was a freaking nightmare. Like, worst case scenario, every single thing that could go wrong did. And it seemed like for a good month and a half to 2 months after that, I mean, I was even losing friendships. I was losing friendships, which is crazy. And it's like, it was just like crazy, weird luck shit that was like, if this didn't happen, none of this stuff would have been set into motion. And yeah, so that place is definitely crazy.
I've heard a lot.
You know what that reminds me of, Lou? That reminds me of Bruce. That reminds me of Bruce Campbell and 3 other teenagers going to a cabin, finding a reel-to-reel recorder and playing that shit. And all it is like a bunch of demonic sayings on the reel, and it unleashes all those demons. You know, like straight up Dawn of the Dead shit. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's a cool way to mess with somebody, but I don't know about the reality of it. But that would be a cool prank.
Exactly, man. Like, that's wow.
I see myself setting somebody up like that. I would do something like that. I'm sorry, but I would, just to watch them run like little bitches.
Yep.
But
I'll tell you what, you go to Greenback Castle, you won't have to set anything up, or you won't have to trick your friends. Like, go there. Trust me. I was there and I was like skeptical in the beginning and like in a good mood, and it went from like one extreme to the next. Like big bangs on the top of the building when there's no possible way. Like, we're all 4 of us are sitting there. There's nobody outside that could hit the top of the building, or like just shit flying everywhere. There's just so many things just going crazy. But yeah, I would say that's the one place that I've went to that had actual like phenomena, like real crazy stuff happening.
Oh yeah.
And I've been to a lot of places and never seen nothing, but that place, yeah, it's messed up. There's actually like that college that went there, they did this big old paper on how that place is like, it's crazy because they got all kinds of evidence. So definitely is a must for any paranormal investigator or anything like that. That's my challenge. The Greenback Castle challenge.
The Greenback Castle. Blue Rock Challenge.
Yep.
All right.
I wonder what the quartz levels in the soil and stuff would be in a place that hot. I want to find a common denominator to why places are the way they are, because
listen,
suffering in one place and it be clean, and extreme suffering in another place and it not.
Well, hold on. Greenback Castle was built by an eccentric guy who got all this stuff donated to him. So he's getting all these things. I mean, like, he's got little old toys. He's got dolls. He's got all the things that you would ever think would be haunted. and everything was donated. So you don't know what energy you're getting from what piece of stuff that he's got. So that's my theory, is that he's got so many different objects that came from so many different places that it bring a lot of bad stuff there.
You know, we were talking earlier about my experience, and Ghost was chiming in on it about certain places in West Virginia and stuff. I was just wondering if it might have something to do with the makeup of the area more than the makeup of the actual objects.
Well, I mean, you had a civil war in the state of West Virginia that most of the United States didn't even know about, where the coal mines wanted to keep out, the unions back then. It actually came down to war between the workers and the Pinkertons. I mean, there was an actual war in certain parts of the lower part of Virginia. And it's not like common knowledge. It's not taught in the history of the United States so much in school. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And with that being said, the coal mines had obviously they were wanting to keep the unions out. The unions wanted to come in. The workers pretty much owed their soul to the company stores because, they would give them credit instead of paying them cash, and they would buy their stuff at the company stores. And, things went south with that real quick. And the coal mines hired a bunch of Pinkertons to come in, and they literally were gunning people down on the courthouse lawn in Charleston, West Virginia.
Yep.
Oh, they dropped bombs from airplanes. They set up Vickers machine guns. They can still find the ridges where they had those machine guns set up by the casings. That's where the term redneck originated from, because the miners would wear a red bandana around their neck so they wouldn't end up shooting each other. But they were literally taking airplanes and bombing the miners' homes and families and stuff like that. And back then, you literally had to have a guy holding a bomb and dropping it out of the side of the plane. It got that crazy. They had to bring in the National Guard to finally bring it into it.
Is that TJ's voice? What's your name?
That's Hillbilly.
All right. Did you have a channel before or no? Is that the first name that you?
I've got a fireworks channel and a drone channel on here, but I've never went live or anything.
All right, but your name isn't TJ, right?
No, man.
All right, you just sound like
TJ was in here earlier, though.
Oh, yeah, he was?
Yeah,
I just think he sounds like him.
I'm just using the mic on the laptop now, but I bought a mic similar to the one that Ghost has there, and cam and everything, because I thought about just where I don't sleep, it's better to have people to talk to than just to stay up.
Yeah, but I actually have a video on how to hook that up to your computer without using the phantom power. If you want to see it, it's on my channel. It's a DIY. It's the BM800 ceramic condenser microphone hookup.
I thought it was a pretty good deal. It looked like it got quite a bit of stuff for the price. So I said, I'm not going to invest a lot into this, but it's got to beat what I have.
Yep.
Eagle Eye Paranormal says, Lou, is that castle with the walls made of bottles?
There's bottles in the walls. It's made of all kinds of things. It's made of everything. It's made of like potted meat cans and weird coffee cans, and I can't even explain it because there's so many different things that he used for that castle. There's everything. It's made out of everything he got donated from people, and he made some. There's seashells. There's a pet graveyard that actually has all the guy's pets, and there's like hundreds of animals there. This guy had to have. Oh, and then Tennessee has tried to shut him down. They don't want him having this place, and they haven't been able to shut him down for a long time.
Wow.
Man, it sounds like that Slab City out in California, like where all the hippies live and stuff, and make all that stuff out of the trash.
Yeah, but no, not like Slab. This is a guy who owned a private property, and he built a castle. It's a castle. And he built a castle.
Yes, it just popped in. Guys, Lunatic Dad has joined the panel. Welcome,
How's
Lunatic
it going, Dad?
Dad, what's up?
Hello, people. How are you?
Good. How are you?
How you feeling, man?
With my hands. I just figured I'd come on and say hi to you guys. I did get the link, but I've been resting today in my truck doing nothing. I was up on Greenback's thing and watching a little bit bouncing around while I'm on breaks, and I figured I'd come in and say hi to my boy, Dave. Got to say hi to Dave.
Oh, yeah.
And all the rest of you too, of course, but it's his stream today.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
so what's the topic? What is the topic?
Is when ghost hunting experiences go wrong, basically. Like if you've ever been in a situation where you went out somewhere where you wasn't supposed to be and maybe you got caught.
In another woman's vagina, does that count?
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, Katie bar the door, whatever. Like,
oh, not that type of getting caught. My bad. I'm sorry.
I got arrested with these guys in Florida too, in Hillside Estates.
What?
Yeah, with the G Team, Urban Ghosts, Holy Walkers. We were all in Hillside Estates. Did we hear a helicopter above us? I'm like, hey, you think that helicopter might bring the police here? They're like, no, there's a National Guard right down the road. That we're all set. And we're inside doing E.V.P'S. And the freaking E.V.P'S are warning us. They called the cops. They're on their way. All these different warnings. And then the cops show up, of course, like 20 cars surround us. And then they leave the helicopter. So we got the helicopter flying over us. It was an awesome video.
That sounds like some really fun shit.
Yeah, I'm going to put it up as my trailer on my YouTube channel just because I missed that video. That was a cool video.
Oh, what's your name again? What is your name again?
What is my name? I don't know. What's my name? I forget your name.
That's Lou Rock. I can't go too deep. I've been talking like a little girl the last couple days. I just got to get, make sure that I'm nice and relaxed. That's what you guys do to me all the time.
Oh, yeah.
That ASMR voice out there, Dad. You just got to take it real low and deep with it a little bit.
Yeah. I want to ask you guys questions. Since, I know you guys are on a different subject, so I don't want to, intrude on a different subject.
You know what? Okay. I love when you ask questions because it gives us questions from a different perspective. It honestly does.
Okay, I just didn't want to
Oh, you're the best at asking questions. Like your questions are awesome.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Thank you. Well, then I don't feel bad if I ask some questions. All right. The first question I have for all of my beautiful paranormal people: have at any point in time that you've literally seen things, not far as like images or anything like that, actual physical stuff get thrown in a room in front of you or around you, not to where you've seen anything like something like a dark feature
every damn day.
I was gonna say, the JoJo day.
We were on a call with Ghost today. Okay, and this has been happening since what? The day before Halloween. No, a week before Halloween. Things have been flying off of our counters, flying off of our shelves. We have had the decorations that we had hanging up have started spinning with no windows open, nothing. Today I walked past the shelf, got halfway into the kitchen, and the shelf behind me, all of a sudden, all the CDs came spewing out at me.
Yep.
That happened today.
That happened today. While I was on the phone with Ghost.
I was there.
You need to move out of that house, like, now.
No, I just need to cleanse it again.
I have the same thing in my house, except it's caused by cats.
I have another question. This one's really good. Since you guys, evidently it's a special gift that you guys have. I believe that anyway. The things that sometimes, do you feel that the special gift, if you describe it as a special gift, that the paranormal or more spirits and everything are more prone to come to you because you're a believer, or do you think that it'll just basically come to anybody? Or are you more apt for things to happen to you?
You don't have to be a believer, that's for sure. You don't have to. I mean, if you're just naturally sensitive, you're going to be sensitive if you believe or not.
I agree, but I disagree.
Yeah, I'm with I'm with JoJo. I think you. I think if you're not open at all, there's kind of a block, and I think people actually don't even notice shit that's happening because they're ignorant to it.
Well,
Yeah.
I see it as some people are more sensitive to it, yes, and they see it more often. But I think the ones that are actually skeptical brush it off. So, like, whereas one of us would see it and we'd be like, okay, was that really a shadow I saw, or was it just like my mind playing tricks? Whereas someone more skeptical would just be like, no, it was just a shadow, whatever, or I didn't see nothing.
Well,
Yeah.
Fielding the question from Dad's point of view there, I want to say that, wow, what's that noise? Every time I start,
That would be my motor in my truck.
But anyway, what I was saying is, from Dad's perspective, on the question, I think the spirits reach out to everybody pretty much the same. It's just that most people who are sensitive to it take notice of it more, and people who aren't sensitive to it or don't believe in it, just like Lou said, have a natural block built up, don't notice it as much, or tend to write it off as something else.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I agree with JoJo, Lou, and Ghost.
What would you rather be, though? That's my question, because,
I'd rather be ignorant. I would. I'd rather be ignorant, because once you start opening up doors, you can't close them again.
Well, you can, but I mean, it's a lot harder.
Like stupid people are a lot happier, Would you rather be stupid, or would you rather be intelligent and miserable?
Well, see,
I'd rather be stupid and happy.
See,
like Boomer saying they go to where they believe they can get a message to. And that's just it. They'll reach out to everybody, but the ones that they can actually get a message through, they'll tend to go back to that one more often.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's like you using a payphone at a bus station. You walk up to one and the ringer's busted, or you go to the next one, it works. You go to the next one and the cable's cut. You're going to go to the middle one that works. You're going to test all three, but you're going to go to the one that works best anyway.
Now this one's going to sound like really crazy question, and I know, but it's coming from me, and I really didn't ask this on previous ones. And now, don't take this in a sexual way, please, guys, don't, because it's not. This is a really serious question. Do you believe that spirits, evil entity, will want to go ahead and try to possess a virgin? I've heard about this stuff in the past, that they'd rather go after a virgin. And if so, why do you believe that they would rather go after a virgin, man or woman, doesn't matter? Why would you think that they're more prone to go after them, if that is true, or do you think that's just a bunch of hogwash?
I mean, I have to answer that with another question. Those things still exist?
I don't know any virgins.
Okay.
I don't either.
I'm going to answer like that ask.
I think it's more from legend than story. A virgin sounds better. I mean,
no, it's not that a virgin sounds better. It's they have that innocence. So if you ever, this kind of ties in with Dad's first question that he just asked, because as a child, you're more prone and sensitive to that side of the spectrum. Okay, as you get older, you become more ignorant. You become set in your ways. Well, it's the same thing with a virgin. They're more innocent, so to speak.
Would also be more
someone who's been soiled, whether they've been soiled being married and have had relations, or if they have had relations not being married. So, innocent soul looks a hell of a lot better than one that's already been dirtied.
But wouldn't it be a harder target? Would not the virgin soul be more protected, harder for
I don't really think
hard
target is really a matter to them. They're going to go for what they want to go for.
But the evil can't go for evil unless you have evil in your heart.
That's not true.
No, I don't think that. I think that people that are... I know somebody who was actually possessed, shot his wife's arm off, and blew off his own head. And I think these people are closer to God, just like that Annalise girl. They say that she was really religious and stuff before she was possessed. But yeah, I think that they're more of a target and kind of it's kind of a martyr type thing.
Yeah, like I think you're more of a target, and they look for that challenge. Like if you ever see, they always want to go against Christianity. Okay, so they're looking for people that have that faith that they can kind of shake. If they can shake your faith just a little bit, then they can break you completely eventually. They never go for a straight kill. They always wait out their time and drag it out.
I think they're looking for the people that's most comfortable with sin.
Yep.
Corrupt the soul before they can enter the soul.
Obviously, the younger individuals being innocent, virgins, whatever the case might be, once they reach that age where they're comfortable with sin, they're comfortable with either swearing or, going against their parents or sin starts out innocent enough, but then grows into something much bigger. And it has a tendency to go where sin is more comfortable with the individual than, with a child. If it's raised right, they know, oh, it's wrong to do that, so I'm not going to do that. So that, that innocence is still there. But when they start to grow up and they challenge that authority and become, wade into sin, which we've all sinned. Nobody is any better than anybody else. I've sinned. I freely admit it. I'm thinking about sinning here in a little bit too, but I'll leave it up here. But anyway,
I'm an angel. Just letting you know that. Go ahead.
My ass.
Hey, we're gonna do some.
It was worth a try.
The more comfortable a person becomes with sinning and the consequences of it, whether it be by the hand of God or by their parents, at a point you stop fearing your parents for sinning and start fearing God. And most people, if they don't see a direct punishment for their sins immediately, they start to get comfortable doing those sins and things like that. And, and that's where they start to turn to the dark side.
That leads into my next question. For this all you awesome panel up here. Do you believe that only a man of the cloth or of religion can cast out a demon, or can it be done by anybody?
I think anyone with strong enough faith can do it.
Yeah,
anybody.
I agree.
I'm uninformed in this kind of area.
Undecided.
So I don't know.
So I say anybody because a man of the cloth can still have a weak faith and hide behind his religion, whereas someone who isn't a man of the cloth can have a really strong faith and not hide behind it. It's a 50-50. I don't think one's better than the other. And some of them lately, when you look in the news and that, a lot of the priests and that have done things that are way, way, way off of base for what they're portraying. You know what I mean? So I really think that anybody could do it as long as your faith is strong enough. The whole point is, if the faith isn't there, it's not going to do anything.
Well, with those same people, with those same priests and things that have done these things that are legitimate sins, you have to question why they joined the how do I want to say it? Why they got into being a priest in the first place? Was it for their own glory, or was it for the glory of God?
I think a lot of it's because it's a ready-made job, man, with the house and an income, and all you have to do is read out of a notebook to a bunch of people who will listen to anything you say. So I think you do a lot with it. Especially when you go down south and see those mega churches that look like a damn castle in the sky or something, like Superman's castle, or, whatever it was. I mean, that's just ridiculous. There's literally houses falling apart, and you've got multi-million-dollar churches just less than a mile down the road. That's wrong, and that's the problem with that. So I definitely think the strength is in the individual, not the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just people from down south that are fucked up, and that's why they can easily be possessed. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah. I wouldn't go say
that. Just having some fun. Got to have a little fun in this subject that we got going.
It's like at mega church when they had that big storm down in Texas that even let the people in, you know, that needed help until actually they got the media involved and put them on the spot, and then they opened their doors and it was all smiles. But they don't want those dirty people in their clean church. That's not right.
Well, I mean, people like me and Hillbilly Hydra, we're in this area that, I mean, back in the day, they had the churches where they had the snake charmers. You know what I'm talking about, Hillbilly?
They still do in some places.
They'd get the rattlesnakes out, and they'd be speaking in tongues and jumping around and kissing snakes and all that.
I went to a church like that one time, and they put their hands on me, and they started doing that googly gawk. They told me I had 7 different demons inside of me, and I looked at him and I said, "If you don't want to see them, take your hands off me right now."
Hell yeah. I like that one. Okay, since we're on this subject, do you believe that what is the most powerful thing that you see on what you have either experienced or have seen in the paranormal that people pray to that try to bring evil itself into the world? Is it, I'm going to give you an example, a Ouija board, some type of statue or whatever. What is the most powerful thing that you think that people use most?
Their intent.
Like, you know.
Their intent is more powerful than any object. It is the person's individual intent, what lies in their heart, more than the object that they're using. The object I would consider more of a conduit thereof from the person's intent to do that evil, if you track what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that's a good point. How about the rest of you guys? Do you guys, I mean, because I've heard, like I said, I like to ask these questions because I truly don't fucking know. So I ask this because you guys educate me every week. So
nobody truly knows. I mean, there could be items out there that act as amplifiers. I mean, it's all speculation and opinion. But, you know, I'm not shy to give mine.
I think certain things amplify your intentions, and I think just like religion, okay, if you believe it enough, it's going to happen. Just like people always tell you, if you're positive and you put positive out, you're going to get positive back. It's the same thing with the paranormal. If your intent is to harm or to cause evil intentions or bring evil in, then it doesn't matter what you use. You're just amplifying.
Well, the most powerful thing is the intent.
And the most powerful thing you can combat it with is your faith and the symbol of that faith, which is most commonly right there.
Yep.
Crucifix.
Even faith aside, a man or a woman knows when they're doing right, and you know when you're doing wrong. Every person on earth was born with that. Anytime you've done something wrong, you've known it. And it's the balance of what makes a person. If you do more wrong than right, then you're going to lean to that side, you know. You got to keep yourself centered.
Then with that being said, why do a lot of people, when they're trying to cast out demons or trying to do anything, if you're saying it's the individual, why does that demon fear so much that crucifix? I know the answer to that, but if you're going to say that it's only about the person and then it's not sometimes about objects that are more powerful, I think you guys misunderstood my question. Is there certain objects that is considered like off limits, like you guys talked about many times about the Ouija board, that you won't mess with it and everything else? That's where I'm trying to gear this question up to. Is there a certain object like you got in the Christianity faith, the crucifix and everything? Well, the demons and everything else, that's something that it literally scares the hell out of them. So if you acknowledge that as being something powerful, there has to be the opposite of that crucifix, just as strong, trying to fight the good. Do you believe that?
I think the crucifix, when used by someone with a strong enough belief, amplifies what it signifies, and that's what scares it.
That's what I was trying to say. It's the belief that gives the object the power.
Yep.
I'm going to say the exact opposite of the crucifix would be, and there's a lot of rumors about this, a lot of speculation, that it's just a legend or it was just something from a movie. However, there are rumors that it does exist. It's kept by the Vatican under lock and key. It's called the Necronomicon. It's the Book of the Dead, written in blood, um, bound in human flesh, and has incantations on bringing spirits or demons onto this earth.
I have
Exactly.
for that actually, if you want to hear it. Starting about the 10th century in England, relics and stuff like that was all the rage. If you went back to the Holy Land and found a piece of wood, it was a piece of the true cross. You know, that's what they would bill it as, or the Shroud of Turin, or all these different objects. It was the old days, you know, internet. Whoever had the most powerful relic or whatever had the most powerful church and the most powerful attendance. So I think a lot of that stuff is just manipulation. I really do. I mean, there may be some real holy relics out there in the world, but I'd say 99.9% of them are BS. Just for the benefit of that church. You know, how many of them say they have the Spear of Destiny? I think there's 3 major museums that claim that they have the Spear of Destiny. Now, you know, that means 2 out of 3 are fake or in hell. But the whole relic trade and stuff like that got a lot of that stuff introduced. A lot of canonizing saints.
With the Spear of Destiny, that was one of those holy relics that went through World War II. Hitler supposedly stole it, made a copy of it, and then kept the real one. The copy was leaked, but then again, you could say that there was a copy made and replaced the real one, and Hitler stole the copy, and nobody knows for sure.
Oh, Patton did retrieve the Spear of Destiny, and that was one of his missions, to retrieve the Spear of Destiny. And I would say, knowing our country, we would keep it and send them a copy. But it was supposed to be returned back to the museum there. It was at Copenhagen, I believe, that had it originally on display. Supposed to be the real one. But that was actually one of Patton's objectives, because whoever holds the spear could not be defeated in battle, you know. The Nazis really believed in a lot of the spiritual and the occult and everything all mixed together. If they thought it would give them a benefit, they tried, more or less. But that gave birth to a lot of that stuff. Even up until the 1940s, it was still, you know, mysticism and all that stuff and objects having power. But 99.9% of it is bullshit. You know, there's just not that much magic in the world, people. I haven't seen it. Have you?
Nobody knows for sure which one's the real one or which one's the replica, or when the replica was made and when they were switched out. And
well, see, there were 3 of them, so right off the bat, 2 of them were fake. And so that was before the one in Copenhagen that was expected to be the original disappeared. Since it was literally one of Patton's missions to secure that item, I would say they had a strong suspicion that one was, you know, the one to go for. I think it was more of a symbol taking it away from them than anything.
My next question I got from my beautiful panel up here. Do you believe that that in the paranormal world, sometimes you can have reverse bad karma put upon you by wishing so much bad or trying to spells, hexes, or stuff like that? If you believe in that it can be reversed upon you?
Yeah, I do.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I've done it.
What you get?
Karma's a bitch.
Well, I ain't talking about karma now.
Well, I mean, in a way, you kind of are.
If you wish ill feelings on someone else, it can come back to you tenfold.
Yeah. Yeah. That's technically karma.
That's why you got to.
And what is that called? What I'm saying is, say if I start monkeying around with a damn one of them pinching doll things or whatever, and I have a picture thing of JoJo, and I start like messing with your hair or poking in the damn belly or doing something crazy to it or whatever. Do you believe by me messing with something I don't understand that it can actually get reversed? That's a better question I'm really trying to ask. If you're messing around with it, wishing others through the paranormal using stuff, do you believe it can come back on you by messing with?
Yes.
Understand?
Yes. Everything you do.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Everything you do in that aspect, like from what I've studied growing up in that, with like voodoo and Wicca and all that stuff, there has to be a balance. So everything you do, there's a price. If you're going to wish harm and you're continuously doing this to people, it's eventually going to turn around and bite you in the ass and do it to you.
Yep. Or you might wish harm on somebody more powerful than you are.
If you drop a pebble into a pool of water, does the waves not go out and then come back to the point of impact?
Yes.
That's nature. And that happens in everything. Everything that we do, anything that you do to disturb the balance will come back to counteract it.
Yep. And if it means that it's got to bite you in the ass to do it, it will.
For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction.
Now, I don't understand this. I hear it all the time. Maybe you guys can describe it. What is the purpose of what they call a person who's a medium? What is that? And why would you need one?
It's a medium. You're truck driving, so you're used to medians. But
oh, wait a minute. No, that's the damn cement thing in the middle dividing my highways.
yes, medium.
A medium is what you're talking about, Dad.
Yeah, that's the fucking word I'm looking for. Yeah, that one. But seriously, why would a person need something like that is what I'm asking. Why would they seek something like that?
Why would they
come on, guys. You guys got to answer my questions, what I'm asking, man.
Okay.
Usually out of pain. Usually out of pain, loss, and suffering. And people are looking for answers from their loved ones, so they search out mediums.
Yeah.
Because mediums are a way to contact.
Mediums, yeah, like Brian said, mediums have like there's a sensitivity, I guess. I never know how to word it. I know that they come to me, I see them, and that I can't control it. Sometimes they have a message, sometimes they just want to be seen, sometimes they don't know that they're dead. It all depends. And if you're a person seeking out a medium, you're trying to contact somebody that has passed.
Mm. Have any of you guys ever had to use a medium? That's another question to part B to it.
Nope.
I've had mediums contact me and actually have valid information.
Mm.
I don't need a medium. I have that connection myself, so I don't need them.
I think mediums got a bad rap in the 1900s to 1960s. I mean, there was so many fakes out there. Houdini discredited so many people for being mediums and things like that. They really got a bad rap. Shit ones are one thing, but you know how nature is. People will prey off the hardships of others, whether they do it for money or fame or whatever. They just like anything else, you know. It only takes one bad apple to make a terrible pie, you know.
Yeah, I think Ghost, that was right at the end of World War I, and there was a lot of grieving people in the country who did anything to speak to their son or husband or a lot of people. You know, there's always going to be people taking things.
See, I personally believe that it brings you bad karma if you accept money for helping a person like that. Like, if you're a medium and you say, hey, for $20 I'll give you a reading, or $20 I'll contact your dead husband or your sister or whatever, I believe that when things roll around, it's going to get you, because you're not supposed to accept money for helping and by using your gifts.
That's why Houdini went out of his way, like you said, to expose those people and, you know, to not let them fraud anybody else, you know. I mean, more important then than it is now, and it's pretty important now.
So, leading to my next question, since we're on this medium thing, medium, whatever, I don't know what I'm talking about. But next question I got for you guys is, do you believe that there are bad mediums out there?
Oh yeah.
That have a natural tie to the bad side, not the good side. And if you use one of them, is there a special name for them, or are they all the same? That's basically what I'm asking. Is there a special name for something that is not a good one, a bad one, that actually wants to bring evil into the world?
I don't think that would work because the person that went to him would have to be looking for that. You would have to be looking for somebody to guide you along the path of evil.
I missed a part of that question.
Do you believe if there's a name of the median that is evil, like you got medians, but if it's a bad evil one, is there a special name for that median? That's what I'm asking.
A dick.
Yeah,
A dick? Okay, yeah, okay, I got that.
I mean,
You're talking about somebody that was trying to contact a family member, and the medium contacted them with a demon masquerading as said family member, something like that.
no, he means like, okay, so like, there's mediums that are witch. Okay, so there's white witches, there's black witches. Okay, I think that's what Dad's getting at.
Yes.
Each one does something different, and the way they gain their power and wield it, it all depends on like whether they're using the light or the dark side of it. I mean, if their intent is evil to begin with, then I mean they would be considered a black witch.
I would think that would ride the guidelines of like a stalker situation too, where I mean, if a medium is doing things for this person, whether they know it or not, trying to get them in contact with a demon, or and they are knowingly putting that person at risk. I
don't think it could be a dark medium because you would have to be born evil in order.
Well, there's no such thing as being born evil. You are made evil by your surroundings and what you do throughout life.
But you're either born light.
No.
Light.
You're all born light. It's which way you choose to go. Your choices, your way of living is what determines how you turn out.
See, that's what I'm saying. It would be impossible for you to be born with that gift because you would have to be born evil.
No, you can. Okay, so listen. If you're born, say you're born a white witch. Okay, you can be a black witch should you choose to use your gifts in a negative manner.
Yeah. But you have to actively want to be that way.
So what's your thoughts on that, Lou?
I don't know. I don't know much about witches and stuff. What was the question?
Never mind. We're going to get on to the next question. This one's directed, Lou, you're going to answer first. Has there ever been a point in time that you actually caught an E.V.P. on film where it was clear as day that was an entity or a ghost or whatever how you want to call it? You actually have it on film, and the second part to this question, if so, has there ever been a point in time when you were either filming out somewhere or whatever that you didn't realize that it was nothing there until you replayed it and noticed that it might have been right next to you or doing something not good?
Now, most of the time, you don't hear them when you're doing them. You hear them when you listen back. But I have some amazing E.V.P'S that are just clear as day. And I've gotten so many of them that it's not a surprise anymore. I mean, sometimes you don't get nothing. But I've gotten... That's what really turned me into a believer, was hearing so many like full sentences, and never mind sentences, but then like response after response to your questions and this and that, and it's just impossible for that to be coincidence. So yes, I've gotten some amazing
not only captured it on video, I captured it on digital recorder as well. Same time on both. Both were sent off to Duke University's Paranormal Research Department and validated as being real.
Oh, wow.
That's cool.
Yep.
Holy shit. You guys are freaks. You guys give me the fucking willies here.
I got a gravelly old woman's voice where there was no women in the house when we was doing the investigation. And the gravelly old woman's voice goes, "Who's in my house?"
Oh, shit. Wow. You had to do that when I'm fucking driving. Good job.
I've heard so many things like that. So many. And on so many different people's. All right, Theo, I'll talk to you later. I've heard it on so many different people's channels as well. And that's like one thing that would be so hard to... I mean, I guess it wouldn't be hard to fake, but it'd be hard to fake a real one because they sound so different. I mean, they're using radio waves or even sometimes not even. Sometimes they just come through right to your microphone on your recorder or your camera.
That's
but
right. Straight out.
Look at Brian.
If you get an ear for them, and you hear them all the time, you can tell when somebody's dubbed something in. It just sounds so out of place and doesn't sound like they really sound.
The one investigation we did at that St. Andrews Park that I still have to put up. Christy posted hers, but I still have to put it up for Brian. Anyways, he was doing a session, and he had made a comment about how everybody sounded foreign. You'll actually hear what he actually says, but I'm not going to say what he actually says. And a lady, no, what was it? The one lady that came through, clear as day said, "I'm Scottish." And then a man came through and said, "Sir, we're from Scotland."
Yep.
2 other women came through and said the exact same thing, and it was clear as day. And it was all different tones, all different voices.
I think E.V.P.
Look up the GX Xbox.
It was an app that he used on his phone that he was just...
I think E.V.P's are people, like anybody in the paranormal field's best evidence. Because I've seen... Another thing is, how many E.V.P's have you heard in live streams that were just amazing? And how is this person going to fake it in a live stream? And I know it could be done, but it ain't going to be done on such a level where everybody's doing it.
Lou,
that was leading into my next question.
You made me a believer there. You literally, you had that app, and it was a text app. And it said, "Mr. and Mrs. Ghost Dog passed, buried, soul renewed, innocent, or soul renew, innocence restored," something like that. I actually screenshot it and recorded it.
Yep.
Have it.
And I didn't even know what was coming through at the time. It was Ghost that had to tell me, "Yo, that means something to me." Because I just was reading the words. I was just reading it. Ghost, dog, buried, passed. And Ghost is like, "Yo, dude, like, I just buried... Didn't you just bury the dog?"
That morning, the dog passed.
Not to interrupt, but you guys, Devada, Boomer kind of answered it for her, but I'll get the panel to answer as well. Devada said, "But are E.V.P's demonic?"
I don't believe. Listen, I've had E.V.P's help out full families, my family, other families, get people through the grieving process. I've had it save people from suicide. If that's something that's evil, then I don't know. I guess I just don't know what I'm talking about.
No, you do. I've seen your shit. Oh, you do. That's for sure. Now, the question I got after that, man, hopefully I didn't miss it in my brain. It's a little scrambled. Oh, shit. Just keep on talking. It'll come back to me. Sorry. Go ahead.
That's funny. Yeah, no, I don't think...
No, I got it now. Okay, no, I'm sorry. It just came back to me as soon as you started talking, Lou. Have any of you guys been on other people's live streams where you can literally honestly say that you either A, felt it, seen it, heard something on other people's live streams, not your own, of an E.V.P. or something trying to come through that no one else even mentioned or said or anything, but you were able to detect it?
Here's the deal. Can I answer first on this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Here's the deal. I've heard it on so many different people's live streams. Like Francis, first time I ever met her, I went into her live stream. I'm hearing so much stuff come through. Here's another thing. The way I actually met the G team and James and all those guys was through an E.V.P. My name was coming through on Patty's box, Lou Rock, and it was happening so many times. It was insane. That's what made me actually end up meeting them. So when it comes to E.V.P's, I'm really passionate about it because it's literally given me my YouTube channel. It's like I think of my YouTube channel as an inheritance from my loved ones who passed away. And I know they're up there pulling strings because of that, because of what happened. And I'm grateful. And yeah, I've been to so many different live streams and heard.
What do you guys think about a multi-dimensional theory about E.V.P's? We could be actually haunting the next reality above or below ours, just like the apparitions that are in our reality are haunting ours. Sometimes the fabric between the interdimensional rubs close enough to see through the veil, and it may be more of a physics thing than a spiritual thing after all. Because
yeah, I've even thought that it was the Matrix. You know,
in a multi-dimensional universe, and Einstein and a lot of the big theorists says that's what we're in. Anything that can happen and could possibly happen happened in each one of those separate realities. Each decision we make for yes or no is opposite or just completely anything that you could possibly think. So that would mean all time periods would coexist at exactly the same period. Instead of being separated by time and future the way we see it, everything exists at the same time on an interdimensional level. And I think a lot of the spiritual experiences people get or bleed through from that interdimensional portal. Okay. It's hard to explain.
Yeah, I thought.
Is it just me, or is it extremely quiet, Hillbilly? I'm trying
Yeah,
real
he's
hard to
really
hear
quiet.
Oh, I'm on a crappy laptop, Mike. I'm sorry.
I mean, I can understand where you're coming from with that one, but at the same time, I think it's not so much other existences. I think it's residual energy left over. Like a human body is made up of electricity and water. So when you pass away, it only stands to reason that part of that electricity that's running through your vein is going to create a residual energy.
I've even thought that, I've thought of all the different answers. It's not necessarily people that are dead on the other side. Like, what if this is a computer program and when we die, we're outside of the computer program and they're talking to us from outside, or even aliens, or, I mean, it could get real crazy, or even the government. I always try to look at how many plausible explanations are there for E.V.P's. But the biggest one that comes up for me is these are just people, man. Because they talk like they did when they were here and act like they did. I don't know, it's strange.
How come I can't see the group chat or how many people are in the room or anything like that? Or is it just us that are talking? I've never done any of this before, so I don't know anything about it.
Well, think about this, Lou. Think about this. Okay. In psychology, they pose you the question, if a tree falls in the woods and no one's around to hear it, does it make a sound? Well, in the grand scheme of things, nothing actually makes a sound. Everything is translated through frequencies, and then that frequency is translated into sound in your brain. Literally, those voices from beyond are just frequencies. And our brain interprets those into speech patterns and whatnot. So everything you hear with your ears, every sound, every voice, every noise is just a frequency. Same as a radio frequency, a CB transmission, anything. All just frequency.
I never thought about it like that.
Have you ever messed around with other frequencies, like taking it down to 42 hertz?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm a ham radio operator. I've messed around with every frequency, every band. I've been there.
There's studies, and it's showing this one guy. I can't remember who it is, but I actually have seen a couple of his videos, and he shows it on YouTube. And I don't know how much is doctored, but I believe it's possible that it could be happening. Hang on, sorry, our one thing's spinning.
The skull heads is spinning again.
And there's no air. Sorry. Anyways, he plays with the frequencies, and he hits a certain frequency, and it actually disrupts, like, I guess the best way to put it is a ripple in our time space. And it actually shows another area during our time, but it's on the other side of the world. So almost like a time jumper or like a time traveler.
There is so much unexplained about frequencies themselves. There is frequencies that can stop your heart. There's frequencies that can loosen your bowels. Yep. There's frequencies that can interrupt the blood flow of your circulatory system.
There's a healing frequency, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you're talking about perception of time. One of the interesting
Well,
things
give me that
about
damn frequency, will you?
All you have to do is look it up on YouTube.
There is a frequency. There's a frequency that you can turn your car speakers. You can make it this. If you got a boombox in your car, and you can hit this right frequency for the sound generation on a set of bass speakers. If your wife is sitting in the passenger seat, you can cause her to orgasm from a frequency of 33 1/3 megahertz.
No, that's called vibration, and vibrators do the same thing. Sorry.
Yeah. But that vibration is caused by that frequency, by that sound. The harmonics of the human body react to that frequency.
It must be the same frequency programmed to the dildo.
All right, now I got another question for you guys.
Frequency.
Now, what is the oldest EVP or ghost or entity that any of you guys believe? Has it ever let you know from what time period? And what was the oldest that has ever reached out to any of you? Or do you not have that answer?
Lizzie Borden would be mine. That would be probably the oldest person that I ever talked to, and her family.
How old was that?
Lizzie Borden, that was back in the early 1800s.
Oh, Emily.
Oh, wow.
Emily would be our oldest.
Never heard of the Lizzie Borden story? Lizzie Borden took an axe. She gave her father 40 whacks. When she saw what she had done, she gave her mother... Or wait, it's the other way.
Yeah, she gave her mother 40 whacks. When she saw what she had done, she gave her father 41.
Yep, that's it.
Yep.
Oh, man, you guys are full. Come on, I'm driving now. Do you have to really get into these fucking sayings? I just
watched the movie, Dad.
I slept in the spot where they found the mother. I went to that house where they were murdered with axes, and I slept right on the spot where she was found.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember watching that video.
That was fun, actually. It was either that or sleep with James the Fan.
I'd have picked the other two.
I don't know.
So Brian's is from the 1800s, and it was one of our investigations when he got an EVP from a girl named Emily, which was the original postmaster's mistress. And she had found herself in the old post office here. When she found out she was pregnant, he told her basically it was over and get rid of it because he had a family in that. And she came through on one of his EVPs.
See, I've got some that probably date back to even farther than that, but they're intelligible. They're Native American. So it would have been before even probably 1600.
See, like, I can't go by that because I see them, I see different errors of spirits every day, and I hear them every day, so I mean, it varies for me.
Yep.
Wow. Do you believe that some people are more, like you guys said earlier in this conversation, that, you know, it can come to anybody, but some people have more, like Joe, you saying it's everyday occurrence. Everybody on this panel, do you have daily occurrences, or does it only happen once in a while, or do you experience this type of stuff on a daily basis?
I'm going to say daily basis, even though the stuff that happens in our house personally doesn't happen every single day. But that's just like the other day, I'm literally sitting here at my desk, and I've got a stack of computers underneath my desk, and literally something pushed the top one out, and it landed on top of my leg. There's no way that any animal or anything got back there to push it out, or any way that Lady Swan could have reached back there and did it. It literally happened while I was sitting here. I don't remember if I was on a call or a live stream at the time when it happened, but I did say something about it.
Anybody else want to answer that question?
Go ahead, Brian. Brian.
Well, I usually find that it happens here and there. It happens here and there. I'd say a couple times a week.
Talking to Boomer about Hillbilly.
But you know what? It goes more into my spiritual beliefs too, because I'm somebody who prays every day, and then notices. I notice that prayers are answered. You might not get the answer you want right away, or even get what you want, but you will get what you need. And it just seems like sometimes I forget to pray, and that's when things are always bad. And then when I remember to pray, things start going right again. That's just my personal belief.
Mm-hmm. Brian, how about you?
Well, touching base on the whole thoughts, I agree with Lou. I really do. You know, it all depends.
Are your guys' experiences peaceful most of the time, or are they more of the physical harm or mean in nature?
Some of the recent have been non-physical, but the old house was pretty physical.
For me, I get both. I constantly get touched. Constantly spoke to, constantly like shaken or anything like that. Sometimes it's spiteful intentions, sometimes it's mean intentions, sometimes they're just trying to get my attention.
It goes back and forth, I would say.
Yeah.
What? Lou, your house shook during an E.V.P. session?
Yeah, but I mean, it's done that a couple times. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy. I've never had
that
my
is.
house. I mean, I've had my house shake, but it wasn't from doing E.V.P. sessions.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. The E.V.P. is so loud, you don't know, did a truck go by or what? It was just scary. It was just something I noticed. It was like, what the hell was that?
I was going to ask you, Lou. I've seen on some of your stuff. Now, maybe I'm just really dumb about this shit. But I see you sometimes like sitting somewhere, and then there's like another thing, like a woodman or whatever, walking around or whatever. Is that an E.V.P. with you in the room when that's happening?
That is actually a really cool piece of that's a ghost. It's a camera that picks up thermal. It's called an ELS camera. It picks up thermal imaging. It picks up the proportions of the human body, and I've had that. It's called the Xbox Connect, but I've had that where you can see if its hands opened or closed, or if there's only a couple of fingers holding up. And I've had them actually communicate with their hands, where you can say, hey, can you open up your hand for me? And the hand turns blue. And that's what open hand register is. Now, the thing about that Xbox Connect, I used that thing for a year and a half and only got one semi-cool stick figure. I've recorded with that thing for over 2 years. I've only gotten about three of those stick figures that you're talking about.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I was like, what is that? I mean, like I said, don't mind my ignorance. I really don't know.
Yeah.
It supposedly picks up the spirit. And the way I actually started to use it is I had my Xbox Connect bug out while it was hooked up to my Xbox, and it started like flipping. And when I found out that people actually use it for ghost hunting, I was like, yeah, this is going to be cool. But yeah, I enjoy using that.
Wow. I just wanted to tell you, I thought that was pretty fucking cool. I mean, freaking cool. I don't know, did you make this rated 18, Dave?
Yeah, I actually have a video where I was in St. Augustine, and you can see me. I sit down, and there's a figure right next to me, and he looks like he's afraid of me at first. We got the E.V.P. machine going, and I say, I'm not going to hurt you. And it says, yeah, I know. So, yeah, pretty cool.
And,
Wow.
and you picked that up.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's in the video. It's in that video. My St. Augustine video. It's in that video.
I definitely got to go see this.
Just look up Blue Rock, St. Augustine. It'll pop up.
I'm telling you, I love when you guys do certain things. That's why I keep on asking, have you captured things, what's certain things that have happened. Have you guys ever had things that you didn't capture, but you could tell the people out in the chat and myself and everything else that was the most intriguing thing to you, that you could have been an E.V.P. or might have not have been an E.V.P. You're even not sure. Have you ever had any instances like that?
I've had not so much E.V.P's, but I've had where I was running video camera in an area. We had trigger objects down. We had like Matchbox cars sitting on a floor, and I'm sitting there, and it's being videoed for like an hour and a half. And finally, we're getting ready to wrap up. I shut off the camera, and I shit you not, the thing takes off across the floor. At the minute after I shut down the camera.
I hate that. That's what I was talking about earlier. It happens to me all the freaking time, and it pisses me off. You go out to these places, or you set all this stuff up to do this. Every time you got the camera on, nothing's happening. As soon as you turn that camera off, or the memory card fills up, or the battery dies, everything starts freaking happening. Everything.
Exactly.
And it's so frustrating.
Do you think that they know it? That they're purposely messing with you?
I think they do it. I think they're the ones that suck up your battery and your camera so it dies quick. And I think they control.
I believe wholeheartedly that they are the ones doing it, because if it was me and I was the spirit, I would fucking do it.
Yeah,
I would too. Yep. Damn right. I'd be moving everything, man.
Try to catch me? Well, let's see. Let's wait till this camera dies, and then we'll go over there and knock over your teddy bear.
Yep.
That's what I'm trying to say. Ghost. When you answered it, actually Lou answered it better. I'm saying after that you didn't get on tape at all.
Right. Exactly.
Listen,
I want to know what type of things popped up that you wish that you could have gotten on tape that would have fascinated people.
I was just at the top of a mountain, and we hiked all the way up this mountain to do a survival video. One of the cameras cuts out because the memory card filled up, and the other one, my buddy just turned it off because we were just sitting there relaxing for a minute. And as soon as he turned the camera off, all these coyotes start and all over the whole mountain. It was like, what the hell? You know, like
Oh,
as soon
wow.
as I turn off the camera, freaking coyotes got to start going wild.
See,
It happens to me all the time.
I wish I would have got me being picked up and thrown on camera.
Yeah, it's just like with that Matchbox car. I had shut the camera off, and the thing takes off across the like it was a remote control car. It just took off wheeling across the floor.
That's
That's
very frustrating.
See, that's like
That's crazy.
Brian had the same thing when we moved into our first apartment together. His son had, you know, the Buzz Lightyear toy and the Woody toy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
well, the Woody toy is a pull string, okay? And Buzz, you have to press his buttons for him to talk. And we spent all night recording these stupid toys because we kept hearing them go off in the middle of the night. And we didn't have any kids that lived with us in the house at that time, okay? Like his son lived with his mother. So we stayed up, videotaped it, finally shut it off, laid down, and no sooner did we do that, the pull string got pulled on Woody, and Buzz started talking and lighting up.
It went for 2 hours talking back and forth.
Yep.
I had the same thing happen with a Stone Cold Steve Austin WWE figure, and it was swearing at me. It was swearing at me. The Stone Cold swear.
Nope.
Yes. Stone Cold Steve Austin does swear.
Would he be known for saying like "son of a bitch"? Because I swear it was saying
Oh,
"son
yeah.
of a bitch."
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Stone
So,
Cold son of a bitch. Yeah.
Yeah,
all right.
so they don't put that on the toy.
Yeah.
No.
Well, it was calling me a son of a bitch, and it was going off. Nobody was playing with the toy. It was just sitting in the toy box, and it starts swearing. I'm like, what the hell is that? That was probably one of the high amount of acid days.
Or was it the
I am on acid days.
I had some of them back in the day.
Yeah.
Boomer Rocky on the panel, guys. He's sitting over there just quietly, patiently waiting for his turn.
He's sitting really still with like his peace fingers up.
He's got this pose going on over there with his hat and his
We got the Rock family up in the house. What's up, Boom? How are you, buddy?
Rock
I'm good, Dad. How y'all doing?
Great, Booms.
I don't know if I've ever told this story. I know I've told many, but in relation to what Lou and them were saying about toys going off by themselves and stuff, I have a story. It happened over at my parents' house where my son was living at the time. In his room, when he was younger, I bought him this fire truck toy, and where it's got the buttons on top that you can push, sound the sirens, sound the engines, and stuff like that. Well, he had it sitting in his closet one time. Well, let me tell you. Let me start where he comes pounding on my door at 2:00 in the morning, scared out of his wits. He comes pounding on my door. You know, it's 2:00 in the morning. I get up, I answer the door, and he's there. He's like sheet white. You know, and he's saying, Dad, there is something going on in my room. I think there's something bad there or something. He says, hey, I know you talk to spirits. Can you go see what's going on? So I go over there, and what it was, the fire truck kept going off in his closet. Okay, it's just sitting there on the floor in the closet with the closet door shut, and he kept hearing it go off.
Yeah.
Well, I go over there. After about 5 or 10 minutes, I was able to gain contact with what spirit was there. And it was a little boy, around between the age of 6 and 9, I would say. And what it was back then, the whole family was talking about wanting to move. They wanted to move back to our hometown and leave. Well, what it was is the little boy was upset. And because he thought he found a new friend. He thought his family left him.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, I guess the child had died. I saw a fire somehow for some reason. I don't know if the kid died in the fire or not, but The first thing I saw was fire. Then I saw G. We called him G because I think he was trying to spell out his name and just couldn't. So we dubbed him G. And communicating with the child spirit, I discovered he was upset because he thought he was going to lose his friend because he said his family left him, which after communicating with him, I made him realize, well, his family didn't pick up and leave him. He died. And, he left his family, not the other way around. So, we got that straightened out. All right. So that's a long part of the story. But since then, my son had given the neighbors had just had a child and everything. And my son gave the truck to the neighbor's kid, the neighbor's boy. That little boy G, had somehow gotten attached to that toy. And he followed the toy next door because the neighbors would report to my son that truck was doing the same thing that I was doing before. It would just go off by itself, the sirens, the engine noises, and stuff like that. So the little boy actually followed the toy.
Mm-hmm.
So,
wow,
it does happen. I mean,
it does.
Throughout the conversation, he says, "Well, I like watching the colors. I like seeing the colors. I like watching the square thing." Well, what it is when he was trying to communicate to me that he used to sit there and watch my son play on his Xbox on the TV, and he'd play a lot of war games and stuff, which caused a lot of action on the screen, and he loved to sit there and watch the different colors pop up and things like that with the explosions and things and all that. He used to sit there and watch my son play video games, and kind of was enthralled about it. So.
Well, I am all out of questions. I'm sorry. Hey, how many more questions do you want me to ask without being repeated? I don't want some repeat. I'm always thinking of new stuff.
Oh, I wanted to touch on that one question you asked about, like, is there a different name? I think what you're getting at is like, all right, the best way to explain it is, let's put it in simple terms, a doctor, right? You got your doctors who are good and do things by the law and blah, blah, blah. Then you got those doctors that are, not so, orientated and stuff like that with the creed or whatever. Okay. But they're still doctor. Like, there's not a different name for a bad doctor or a good doctor. It's just doctor. Same thing with, whether a medium, clairvoyant, or whatever. If you have a gift, what defines you is how you use that gift. It doesn't change the name or the title or whatever, what you are. It's just, you're either going to use your gift for good or you're going to use your gift for bad. And personally, like JoJo said, I find it repulsive when people exploit that for monetary gain. That's why I never have. And it's all about if you're using your power for good, great. If you're using it for bad, it's going to come back on you. If you're doing it to help somebody out, somebody comes to you and says, "Hey, can you contact my loved one?" Blah blah blah. And I'll tell you right straight up that it doesn't always happen that way either. So,
there's a crazy buzzing sound going on right now.
Yeah, I heard it too.
Me. Yeah, I think it's coming from Hillbilly. I think he's trying to hook up the microphone so we can hear him better.
Hey guys, I gotta run. Thank you for having me. Holy crap!
No problem, Lou.
All right, you guys have a great
much love, brother.
All right, Lou,
Have
brother.
a good one, Lulu.
I'll talk to you later, Lou.
Hey, Dad. Hope you're feeling better, man. And JoJo and Ghost,
Thank you, my
thank you
brother.
for having me, brother.
Yeah,
Well,
anytime, brother.
Ghost and Brian.
Anytime you want to stop on.
You're
Have a good
awesome,
night,
brother.
Lou.
Yeah,
Later,
every time I
Brian.
get up here, people start to leave.
That's just
That
your
should tell you
personality.
something.
All right, Booms. I'll talk to you later, Booms.
All right, love you, brother.
Peace.
Yeah, well, shit. What time do you guys start your stream at, by the way?
We started at 9 and usually go to about midnight. So.
Oh, my God.
Which, hold on. I need to ask everyone to give you guys a round of applause because you actually started at 9 o'clock tonight.
Yes, we
Oh,
did.
yeah.
Yes,
We were on
did. We started-
time.
Yeah.
Tonic XLMP. How's it going?
Sun shines on a dog's ass now and then, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, it is. Opening up to new heights.
But I'm sure. Sorry, Brian.
Oh, it's cool, Boomer. I was done, man.
I'm sure Dad can come up with at least a couple new questions about
Well, I've got a question.
clairvoyancy or empath.
I actually do.
Like
Besides,
that.
I actually do have one. Do you believe if a spirit is at unrest, what are the steps you guys believe needs to be taken to let that spirit to be at rest?
I'll tell you what I've done.
Okay.
Anytime I encounter a spirit who's been left earthbound, for whatever reason, there's a million reasons why spirits are earthbound. But anytime I've ever encountered one, the first step I take is because nine times out of 10, they're just lost spirits. Somehow they got stuck here. I just simply do a crossover. I connect with the spirit and establish a line of communication, and just talk to them. I simply talk to them like I would if it was anybody I knew, because spirits are people without a vessel. So I talk to them and I guide them and I say, hey, look around, look for the light, that light tunnel of light. Do you see it? And basically a simple crossover does it. Now, when you come across more defiant type spirits or spirits that don't want to leave and stuff, that usually entails some kind of blessing or home exorcism or something to get rid of them. But there are many different methods and ways to do it. But it's usually pretty rare that you have to go to such lengths to get rid of spirits, because usually a simple crossing them over works. I've crossed over at least a dozen spirits in the last 35 years or so.
If you have a spirit that is extremely, let's say, aggressive or violent or whatever, doesn't want to cross over, is there things that you can do to be able to make them do it even if they don't want to?
If I ever, without going into my other story, like I've only experienced that one time in my life, and there are things you can start out with just simply prayer, call out to the power of Archangel Michael and ask for his assistance. You can try to do it on your own, but a lot of times it will take someone of the cloth based on the belief of the spirit you're trying to get rid of. A lot of people can do it on their own by using things like religious items or crystals, sage, prayer, and things like that. It all depends on the spirit, because every case is different. Not all case. That's like when I said earlier, paranormal has no direct correlation to religion per se. But because if there was no religion, there'd still be paranormal. Okay, regardless of religion, you're still, you know, something can still happen to your soul. Religion is a belief. Okay. And it depends on that spirit's belief. You know, sometimes it takes somebody of the same belief to convince them to leave. Sometimes you can force them out with a variety of things. But personally, I've never had to experience doing that. Here, I had one episode a couple years ago with Red Eyes. He just ended up leaving with somebody else. So, I mean, it wasn't much of a fight. I had to fight him off from possessing me, but as far as getting rid of him, wasn't much of a fight. He found somebody else to attach to and left. And that was the only time I ever experienced something negative and possessive and but yeah. I don't know if anybody else.
He can get rid of the spirits in your house, but he's still got that mouse running around.
Yeah. Actually, I have about 11 spirits here that just kind of hang around. That, I mean, they're peaceful, but 9 times out of 10, they will be just peaceful spirits. Just, you know.
Why?
They find it interesting or whatever.
Why have you stopped? Why have you stopped showing all that on your channel? What is there something that happened that made you stop? Because I don't see you doing that on your channel.
I don't want to get into that too much, but yeah, I had an experience where I just it got to be too much. Is one reason.
Has any spirits ever attacked you guys physically where you had to go to the hospital?
Yep.
No.
Give me the story, please.
Don't just say the story.
Yes, you just can't say yes, and then I got to go find another damn question.
I mean, I've been attacked, but never had to go to the hospital for it.
I've been thrown downstairs and choked by a shower curtain, and to the point where it left marks on my neck. I couldn't breathe. I thought that something had actually like crushed my windpipe, so I had to go and get checked out. Turned out it was just bruised, like badly bruised, from being literally choked with a shower curtain and held up.
Oh, wow. Anybody else?
I've never had to go to the hospital.
My questions.
Yeah, I've never been where I had to go to the hospital.
What is that?
Sorry.
Right? I'm sitting there like, well, what the hell is that?
I have no idea.
Copyright.
You have no idea what people are sending me.
Dear Lord.
Yeah, you ain't lying. I'm sitting there like, what is this, a child coming through our damn live stream or something?
He sent it to me, and I was like,
oh yeah, you were asking earlier too.
What the hell?
About, has anybody experienced, like, during a live stream, experiencing E.V.P'S during a live stream?
You want to see?
I was on a live stream once a few months ago, and we actually had E.V.P'S coming through my speaker of the TV that I was using as a monitor. E.V.P'S coming through it during the live stream, and it's on the video. People can hear it on the video. I can't remember how long ago it was. I don't know if it's still up, but one person actually timestamped 3 or 4 different timestamps where they heard it come through and saying what we all thought it said. Now, during the live stream, we investigated that. Someone else who was in the live stream searched the name that we thought came through, or that came to me after the E.V.P'S. I got a name, and they searched the name, and they did a Facebook search, and it come out. It came up that a woman, at some point, I don't know how recent, I can't remember, had 3 little children at different points in her life had passed away. I believe to SIDS or some other type of sickness. And Yeah, so it happens. Like, I mean, they can come through any kind of electronic device, really. Anything that has a speaker, they can manipulate it. And
Can
Wow.
I answer Kelly's question? Because she asked me a question.
Kelly said, go ahead.
Kelly asked me how I explained that to the people at the hospital. And to be honest with you, Kelly, I told them exactly what had happened. And I do have mental illnesses, but before all of my mental illnesses were diagnosed, I told them, they sent me to a shrink, and the shrink had no explanation for it and said it didn't match any of the symptoms that I had already been diagnosed with.
Yep.
Hillbilly Pyro says, thank you guys. Ghost Mafia, Brian. Yes, Hillbilly, get your mic
care, my brother.
and we'll get you back up on the show again because I know you got some more stories and, you know, love to have you back. Native Granny says, oh, thank you. I don't do much with it.
Oh, her.
There is that small 1% of the medical world that does believe in stuff like that. It's hard to find them. But yeah, I mean, growing up with this since age 5, I can't even count the amount of psychiatrists and psychologists and shit that I've had to see because I made the mistake of expressing what was going on with me and telling them about the visions I'm seeing and the voices I'm hearing. All right, you tell somebody that, you tell a teacher that or principal that, boom, they're on the phone saying, yeah, we got a kid here who may need your help, you know, and they don't realize, you know, it's not a medical thing, you know, it's paranormal, spiritual, or whatever you want to call it. And, you know, 99% of them don't accept that. They want everything to be, you know.
Hillbilly Pyro, just to answer your question real quick, these BM800 ceramic condenser microphones they are a powered microphone. They take phantom power. However, if you hook it up to your computer, you actually have to go into your sound card, turn the dB gain all the way up, and you can run them on your computer or laptop without phantom power. Otherwise, you have to buy, it's like $18 box off of Wish, and your cord plugs into it, and then there's another cord that comes out of it and plugs into your computer. But that's that's phantom power.
And you can sit back and do things like this.
Yeah.
They're perfect for SMAs.
Why are we whispering?
Pay no attention to those whispering fools behind the curtain.
Yeah. That's funny shit. I thought I'd try to get you guys going, but you didn't fall for it. You suck.
With that being said, we are coming down to the end. We got about 15 minutes left.
Well, I got another question since you got 15 minutes. That's good. Thank God you bailed me out on this one. Do you guys believe that a good spirit will go ahead and sometimes make itself look good, but it's really evil?
Yes.
Yep. They can they can transform into anything that they know that you're terrified of or something that you love the most. They can pretty much do anything in that area.
Has anything
that's how they
ever
get in,
happened
as a
to
matter
you
of
guys?
fact. Deception.
Yep, they try
That's
to
what
confuse
happened.
everybody.
That's what happened with who I dubbed Red Eyes. That thing I had to take care of a couple years ago for my cousin. Her children are the ones that came to her about it. This thing was taking on a presence of a past loved one to try to get to the kids. He'd present himself to the children as somebody else. And then, but the one daughter saw him for who he truly was. She just, because she was 5 years old and she realized this. Hey, when so-and-so is here, the other one's not. you know, she put two and two together. You know, she never saw Red Eyes and this guy in the same room at the same time. She put two and two together. And that's when they called me to come up and check it out. As soon as I got there, I knew there was something wrong. I felt the heavy darkness in the apartment.
Yeah.
And the daughter described Red Eyes to me. And I just took it from there. Started, you know, I interviewed her and I had her show me where he goes and things like that. I hear an echo. But
that was me touching myself. I'm sorry.
They absolutely will. They're very deceptive. Your evil spirits will come in many different shapes. They'll do whatever they think they need to do to get in. What they want is a foothold in the household. Okay, they want to control the household, the dwelling. Okay, not necessarily the people, but they believe they want to establish their rights there and rule the dwelling. That's what this thing wanted to do. That's what Red Eyes wanted to do. He told my little cousin, I'm never going to leave, and I'm not going to let you guys leave either, and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
You know, and I have these on recorded somewhere, the interviews with her telling me what he tells her, because apparently she was the only one that he would directly communicate with. The oldest boy had seen it, but he never communicated with him. The two younger ones, all they kept saying is they see so-and-so, but it wasn't really so-and-so.
Nevada, that is possible, yes. She asked, is it possible to be sitting reading on the pewter and have something say your name behind you, all was quiet too?
Yeah.
It happens to a lot of us quite a bit. I'll tell you that.
Yep. That doesn't necessarily mean they're somebody evil either. Keep in mind.
No.
That could be a loved one trying to let you know, hey, I'm here, I'm watching over you, or whatever. Which is 9 times out of 10 the case. They try coming to you in your dreams. When you're at your most relaxed and more susceptible to the message is when they try to communicate with you.
Yeah.
So those whispers you hear in your ear most likely could be a loved one saying, hey, I'm here. If they know your name, your full name, and they call you by your full name, most likely it's someone you know, a relative. A lot of like the evil ones, they'll know like your first name or something like that or whatever. They'll try to trick you into believing that there's somebody else, but that's very rare. 9 times out of 10, if somebody's trying to contact you, it's somebody who you know, past loved one, just trying to let you know, hey, I'm fine. You know, I'm in a better place or whatever.
See, I agree but disagree with you on that, Boomer, because I've never had it be someone.
I had it happen to me during an E.V.P'S broadcast right here at this computer next to this microphone, and everybody's seen it come. And it was my wife's voice saying my name in my ear, and my wife was in the other room sound asleep.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, think about it. Like, yeah, JoJo, your experiences aren't always positive, but when I say that, think you're one out of how many billion people in the world? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, are you saying I'm 1 in a billion? You're so sweet, Boomer.
Well,
it's only
it is the even day right now.
Yep, it is.
But yeah, but you're probably the 1%. You're part of the 1% who attracts more negative stuff than positive stuff.
No, I get an even flow of both. Believe it or not, I get both, and it's never been more of one side than the other.
Yeah, that happens. But when you look at it full scale, 6.2 billion people in the world or whatever. out of those 6 billion people, there may be 10,000 that experience nothing but negative. And out of that 10,000, or beyond that 10,000, maybe there's another 20,000 who experience both. And then the rest of them, for the most part, experience what they're experiencing is just, you know, either neutral or good spirits coming to them with a message because there's something that is left unfinished. That's mostly the biggest reason for them to contact us. No spirit contacts you without a motive, you know, just like in crime, in a murder case, there has to be a motive. Okay, there's always a motive. So when they come to somebody, there's a reason. They're trying to either come to you to solve something that's unsolved, or they have to resolve something with you they thought was left unresolved. But there's always a reason for it. Demons, their motive is to possess and take control. That's a motive. But that's the rarest occasions.
Or to up.
9 times out of 10, they're usually neutral or good. They're just coming and, you know, wanting help. They want help. And they don't just come to you to hang out and say, hey, what's going on today? You know, they're either trying to assure you that they're fine, or they're trying to let you know they're trying to look over you, or they have a message for you or need answers from you about something. There's always a motive. Nothing happens for no reason.
Interesting.
Real interesting.
Somebody's garbage is being picked up. Or is that lunatic backing up to Walmart?
That ain't me.
I heard somebody back up beepers.
And it's funny you say that because I actually was at Walmart earlier making a delivery.
Well, guys,
wow.
We're down to the last 8 minutes or so. I want to thank everybody that came up on the panel tonight. Shout out to Boomer Rock, Blue Rock, Drone Worship, Hillbilly Pyro, Lunatic Dad, Brian's Paranormal, JoJo Walker Unplugged, All of Nations 13, Anakin Jack Colorado Explorers, Christy C, Uber Goober Lady, JoJo and Brian, Gemma Autism at its finest, Red Kryptonite. How can I forget Red?
Wow, all them people were up there? I missed all that?
No. He's shouting out Nations 13.
Oh.
So guys, check out the merch.
Ugh.
Great shirts in there. Brian's got merch. Everybody up here on the panel, I think, other than Boomer Rock, has merch. What is that noise?
It's Dad.
That is not me.
You have your
Do
window
not
open.
blame me. I do not. My windows are closed. Oh, yes, I do. Son of a bitch, you're right. Sorry.
Sitting to somebody
Sounds of a truck.
idling.
I was like, what is that? And the more I talk, the louder it gets. It's coming down to me for some reason. I don't know why.
It's my E.V.P. It's following me.
Oh, yeah, it is.
The E.V.P. of a trucker.
Well, thank everybody out there in the chat tonight, too. We got Cupcakes 174 is new to the channel. Definitely want to check her channel out, show her some love.
Yep.
We've had Native Granny in here. We've had Davida. Anthony's in here. There's been so many great channels in here. Shout out to James Sharpshooter, the Man Fam, for dropping all those links and everything. Kelly Skaggs in the house throwing those Legos at everybody. We love
yes, James.
Who else we have in here? Ray the Fam was in here. Beautiful Becky. Tamara, the Kiwi.
And thank you for the 50 likes. That was awesome.
Yes, yes.
That was awesome.
Yes. 52 is what I'm seeing.
And,
it's okay.
Special shout out to the birthday girl herself, JoJo Walker Unplugged, who in 2 minutes is going to be 30 years old. Yeah, I shouted.
32.
She's gonna be 32.
32. Well, see, I was trying to save face, but okay, whatever. 32 years old in
Still
2
a
months.
My
child.
lord.
Make sure you
My
go
lord.
on her page. Let her know.
I
Happy
can't
birthday.
remember 32.
No, neither can I. Well, you can even add 3 plus 2, gives you 5 and add a 0. I'm still older than that. Ain't that a bitch?
Guys on the panel, you guys want to say anything before we go ahead and end the broadcast?
Yes,
Wow.
happy birthday to Joe. Happy birthday to my daughter. Happy birthday to my daughter. I love you, sweetheart. Happy birthday, babe.
Thanks, Dad.
Happy birthday, JoJo.
Also,
Thank you,
Dad,
Boomer.
I noticed a lot of people in the chat have been asking you how you're feeling. So if you can give them a short update, that would be great.
Oh,
You.
I'm feeling like
hell
shit.
yeah. That's my update. Hell yeah.
Take it easy with the hell yes now.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're all good. Love
Bye.
y'all. Love y'all.
And
Yeah, in 2 weeks they surgically removed the stick in his ass.
Yeah, and they also they fixed my stomach too. So that's good. I'm gonna have 2 surgeries. That's gonna be good. We're gonna be good.
Aw.
Guys,
Yep.
tomorrow at some point, we're going to be going live on JoJo Walker Unplugged channel for a birthday stream. Guys, be sure to be there. Wish her happy birthday. It's going to be a party. You know it's going to be off the hook. Probably going to be age restricted. All right.
Probably no, it will be.
Oh,
It will be.
I'm actually
Go.
It's gonna be whips, chains, and dildos instead of cake and ice cream.
Look,
I
Damn.
actually am allowing all of Nations 13 and whoever comes up on the panel to actually get me back without me snapping back at you.
that's right. It's
No,
a
it was
JoJo
off the ball.
Walker.
Do the boomer roast thing, huh?
Yeah.
Oh no, Boomer, we're gonna do a JoJo style.
I meant to say birthday roast.
Just remember, Boomer, tomorrow is an odd day.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Let's
Boomer,
see, I
you
gotta
get-
start
you get
writing
to let
shit
her
down
have it.
now.
And if you guys don't know what we're talking about, Boomer can only be nice to JoJo and JoJo be nice to Boomer on even days. On odd days, they hate each other.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think I'm going to miss that tomorrow.
Thank
For
you,
sure.
James. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Native Grammy.
Thank you, everybody. This has been an awesome stream. James the Sharpshooter, the Man Fam. Awesome, my friend. Yet again.
Game 2?
Right? James who? But I love you guys. Thank you all for coming in, and hope everybody enjoyed the show tonight. I know I had a blast. Everyone else did. It was a wonderful 3 hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm sorry I missed most of it.
Yeah,
That's okay, Boom.
I missed half. I was on my period. Oops, wrong stream to say that. My bad.
With that being said, all right, guys. Good night from all of us here at E.V.P'S and Nations 13. We will catch you on the next stream. Good night, everybody.
Much
Good
love.
night.
Keep it real.